Hello, it is January 10th, 2018, and today is a loaded show. Buckle up, and thank you so much for letting us penetrate your ears. We got a couple huge interviews. And when I say huge, I mean mammoth. Quentin Nelson.
Big guy. Big guy.
All-pro rookie offensive lineman from the Notre Dame. Indianapolis Colt left guard who is an absolute monster, a pancake-giving animal who went viral for a fake video, gives us an exclusive interview. He turned down Scott Van Pelt. What? He turned down Dan Patrick.
Yes,
he did.
He said no to Rich Eisen.
Can't do it.
Yep. The Washington Post, Sports Illustrated,
Nope.
You name it, this guy says no to every interview. But today, right here on the Pat McAfee Show 2.0, we have an exclusive, in-depth conversation with the man behind the pancakes.
Wow.
We dig deep.
Gonna learn a lot.
We dig deep. For those that don't do a lot of interviews, whenever they get a chance to do it, it seems as if they're willing to just open up. Wait until you hear that. And then T.Y. Hilton, perennial Pro Bowler, perennial difference maker in most games for the Indianapolis Colts, wore the clown mask into the stadium in Houston because he got called a clown by Jonathan Joseph's 34-year-old ass, gives us a 15-minute interview that you're going to enjoy. Also, all the playoff football talk you could handle, Space vs. Ocean, Mason Ramsey chat, and all life chatter on today's show. And we're so thankful you're listening. And we're also so thankful to our presenting sponsor.
Oh, yeah.
This is the first company that spent money on our program. Whenever I retired and left to join the internet, this was the first company to be like, we'll advertise with that guy. We'll do it. And then I got a chance to meet the people that are calling the shots over there, and they're incredible humans. As you would expect, our presenting sponsor is SeatGeek.
Yes.
SeatGeek is the greatest ticket buying app on planet Earth because what you see is what you get. You're not going to get catfish, and they have tickets to everything.
Everything.
You're talking about theater?
Yep.
You're talking about comedy?
Yep. Yeah.
Music? NHL's happening, by the way. Anything to talk about over there?
Yep, pens are good.
And that's hockey talk. College basketball, NFL, you name it. SeatGeek has the greatest tickets for you because what you see is what you get, and they scan all the other ticket buying apps and make sure you're getting the most bang for your buck. There's nowhere else you need to go whenever you need a ticket unless it's SeatGeek. Right now. Use promo code PAT. You get $10 off your first order. Use promo code McAfee. You get 20. First order. So you're alive, but are you living? Go live with our presenting sponsor, SeatGeek. Have you really had a story time that involved you and your friends going to an event right before, maybe it's a bachelor party, and you go, hey, you remember when we went to insert name of live event? When maybe it's a bridal shower.
Love revisiting those moments.
Love bridal shower moments. Todd wishes he could go back and get 2 tickets to his first 2 bridal showers that he was directly a part of. SeatGeek does not have tickets to that, but they do have tickets to every event that you can reminisce on forever. SeatGeek, the greatest ticket buying on earth. Promo code PAT, get $10 off your first order. Promo code McAfee, get $20 off your first order. Huge fan of SeatGeek. Also, huge fan of the Action Network, which is a huge part of the giveaway at the end of the show. We have a contest going on at the end of the show. You should definitely get involved. There's a potential $1,000 winner plus more. The Action Network is a one-stop shop for gamblers to become better gamblers.
Absolutely. That's what it is.
There's write-ups. You saw them sign Darren Ravel away from ESPN with all his nerdy stats and info. They have professional gamblers on there who've made money for a long time doing sports gambling, writing up their thoughts and what they would do. Diggs, you love using the Action.
I absolutely love it. And Fade Todd used to be a thing. Todd is now 7-1 since he started using the app. And reading the article.
Documented.
I'm more educated.
Because it's no longer just field bets for you. You're past the stage of, let's just throw some money around so we can do a sports gambling. Now it's becoming something where you're really investing in. And the Action Network is a place that can make you smarter, more woke, and a much better sports gambler.
More organized. It tracks all your bets too.
It tracks every bet that you place at your betting website, which we hope is mybookie.ag. And I think the best thing about the Action Network is they have prop contests every weekend that cost absolutely nothing to get involved with. You could potentially win $1,000. Shout out to the Action Network for getting on board with us. Shout out to the Action Network for making us better sports gamblers. Shout out to the Action Network for potentially being a part of you winning $1,000, not only this weekend on a prop contest on the Action Network, but also at the end of this show. With that being said, it's time to get to this one and only Anomaly exclusive interview with Quentin Nelson.
A guy that doesn't say much, but does a lot on a football field. Quentin Nelson.
How's it going?
All right, so I'm going to make this very simple. It's just going to be a yes, no.
All right.
Okay? I know you don't like to talk much. You're I like to work guy. It's just going to be yes or no. Simple stuff.
Cool.
Okay, let's go with some nicknames. These are all things that you've been called on the internet.
Okay.
You probably don't know about them. These are nicknames that people have called you. You just have to say yes if you like them, no if you don't.
All right.
Q nasty.
No.
Earl Grey.
No.
Scouts were calling you that in the NFL before you got in because of the teabagging thing, because of pancaking people. Mount Q.
No. Hard no.
That's a hard no. Forklift.
No. Another hard no.
Q-tip, because you tip people over.
No.
Mean son of a bitch, somebody said.
Yes.
How about the juggernaut?
No.
Yikes. Give me that shirt back. You can change it. You can change it. I mean, you do what you got to do.
That was it. Man, a few words. So I felt his shirt. It was sitting on his knee when I was doing this interview with him, and it was so hot, which basically made me realize, A, he hates everything he's doing right now. He's getting heated, but also the man, you don't take things from this guy.
No.
What an exclusive interview that was.
Incredible.
I feel like I know everything I ever wanted to know about the guy.
He's not a talker. No. He's not a talker.
Did like mean son of a bitch though.
Mean son of a bitch is the nickname he'd like to go by. So maybe we have to change the Juggernaut shirt and make it the mean son of a bitch shirt in the team of extraordinary gentlemen. But that guy is your prototypical offensive lineman. I've never been more uncomfortable in my life talking to somebody. And I mean that with everything, every ounce of my body. There was no way I was breaking him. I feel like I can break people. I feel like I can get them to put their guard down. I feel like there was zero chance. As soon as that microphone went on him and he sat next to me, it was over.
As soon as he walked his foot in the indoor facility,
Pissed.
he wanted the hell out of there.
Pissed.
I turned around and we all, hey, nice to see you. He had nothing to say to anybody. He just walked up, then Pat did his thing. I started soiling myself because I was like, this is not good. This guy does not want to be here.
330 pounds of man that does not want to be on a camera.
No.
I asked him a couple questions before that. By the way, what you're hearing there is the majority of our conversation.
True.
I got out early. I got out early because I was like, we're just wasting his time. There's no way. He was very nice that he allowed us to chat with him. Very nice that he did that. But he is a guy who doesn't want any attention. He wants no media attention. That's why when that viral video went with the fake scream, he was pissed off about it. He just thinks it's a we thing. It's not a me thing. Just let me block people and get the hell out of here.
Love
and,
that.
and he likes the nickname of mean son of a bitch. So there it was. Exclusive interview. Quentin Nelson, all-pro offensive lineman there, rookie.
Huge get.
Did the
Huge kid.
anything from the other linemen about him, or was he just a silent killer?
Okay, so directly after that interview with Quentin Nelson, conversation, quick chat, we'll call it. Quick chat with Quentin Nelson.
Right?
That's what that was.
Yeah, it was a quick
we,
check.
we had a quick chat with Quentin Nelson. I go to leave the building. Jeffrey's with me. We both made a lot of friends in that building. They've remodeled it. The training room is directly inside now after you go in. They asked me if I wanted to go see the training room. I'm like, sure. So I go walk up. It's all remodeled. I peek my head in, and it's all the trainers and physical therapists that basically have rehabbed me from 3 surgeries. I'm very tight with these people. And they all go, hey, Patty. So I walk in there. It's a very, it's like the old days. We're all joking. Vinatieri's in there. He comes, says, what's up? He just got out of the hot tub. He's coming over. A lot of TY's in there, which you're going to hear an incredible conversation. Chester Rogers in there. Anthony Costanzo also in there, a guy that I went to Japan with. They were calling him Godzilla in Japan. Real story. True story. It was awesome. He also offensive lineman mentality. Right? He's an offensive lineman, and he has his head down. He's getting something like maybe a rollout on his hammy before practice. They're just kind of keeping him loose, getting everybody loose before practice. And they go, Pat, how was it out there? And I was like, I've never been more uncomfortable. I felt like I was holding him hostage. Like I felt like he did not want to be there. I thought he might have killed me by the end of it. So we ended it a little bit early. Costanzo starts dying laughing, hollering laughing over everybody else in the training room. And he goes, I never would have guessed. And then just goes right back into it. And I go, what the fuck does that mean, Costanzo? And he just laughs and turns his head. I think everybody in there was pretty excited to see how that conversation went, because that guy does not want to be on the camera or on a microphone. That's why he says no to everybody, by the way. And that's why I feel like he was held hostage to do the interview with me. I feel like everybody was like, you have to do it. You have to do it. And he gets in there and it was like,
do you think the Colts organization made him do that interview strictly because they wanted to see what you did, like the reaction?
I believe that interview was being held strictly.
That one was for them.
Listen, we don't ask you to do much, but we're excited to see how you handle McAfee. He did, but he, by the way, loves the team. Team guy.
Huge team guy.
Never seen somebody be more of a we thing. I told him, like, people were saying you're the greatest offensive lineman to ever. This is off microphone right before this conversation. People are saying you're the greatest offensive lineman to maybe ever come into the NFL. And he goes, group. And then that's it. And I'm like, can't even compliment the guy. Normally you just win a guy over with a couple like compliments, let's get him loosen up a little bit. Yeah. Zero fluff helped him out. Zero fluff.
Just wanted to get the flip out of it.
I am being forced to do this. Let's have this conversation. And we got to his nicknames about a minute and a half into the conversation. I was like, yeah, I shouldn't waste your time anymore here, bud. And we got out of there. And then I went and told him, Costanzo was like, predicted it. But there was a conversation we had with an NFL player, a Colts player, who did some very viral shit this past weekend, who's a good friend of mine, who I've got a chance to kind of watch transform. And this was a good conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, T.Y. Hilton.
Hi, how's it going? Couple chairs, couple mics, two dudes, one of which is an absolute superstar. Friend of mine, teammate of mine, in this past weekend, walked in to NRG Stadium, Reliant Stadium, whatever they call it in Houston, with a clown mask and teabagged the Texans for the first drive, which inspired this t-shirt, by the way, TY. Made that for you.
Huh? Hey, I appreciate that, man.
No problem at all.
That's sweet, man. I appreciate that, man.
We got a lot of shirts for you here. You're also on this one here. This one in the middle, the ghost, you see?
Oh, there you go. Ooh, there's some bad dudes right there.
See, a lot of people forget the genius, the nerd. We'll talk about. The Ghost was a nickname that was founded in Houston, by the way, because people were saying he was disappearing behind the defense. The Ghost nickname started until old balls Joseph decided to call him a clown. You got the goat shirt. I got all this stuff for you.
Hey, I appreciate that, man.
I'm very thankful for you.
Appreciate you.
I'm very, very thankful for you. What happened? Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So there's two interviews we can do here.
Okay.
Okay? Mm-hmm. There's a hard one. Mm-hmm. Topics are on the back of this.
Okay.
Hard interview. Mm-hmm. Then there's an easy one. Mm-hmm. Okay? This can go two ways depending on you.
Okay.
If you can roll a point, if you can roll 1 point, you get the easy interview. You can't, you get the hard interview.
Okay. So what number do I have to roll?
It's up to you. You go ahead and start. We have the come out roll. You pick your thing. If you hit 7, it's an automatic win. 11, automatic. Okay. 12, you lose. Hard interview. Nope.
I lost.
Hard interview.
Let's do it.
That is a terrible roll, by the way. If I am in the casino with you, I'm running the opposite direction. Why did Joseph piss you off so bad?
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't even know why they was interviewing him. But he called me a clown. He called me a clown. You know, I got a bunch of text messages from a lot of guys. One being one of my best friends, and he texted me the bad boy quote. Shit just got real.
Yeah.
And And I responded, just added more fuel to the fire, and I can't wait to get down there.
I've told people this as soon as it happened and as soon as I saw you walk into, I actually put a tweet out with the video that said, TY might go for 1,000 yards today, strictly because of this. You're a player who has a chip on his shoulder. Ever since day one, you go to FIU over WVU, which is complete bullshit. I assume that you should have went to West Virginia. Hindsight, that's neither here nor there. But some of the bigger schools kind of passed you by because you're undersized and all that stuff. Then you dominated FIU. You weren't a first-round draft pick. You weren't a second-round draft pick. The Colts take a shot on you. And you have this chip on your shoulder mentality. And when somebody talks shit to you, I've actually witnessed it. It just brings out this. It's almost a mentality that you wanna bury the person. Am I accurate with saying that?
Absolutely. Me, I'm a good guy, humble guy.
Very nice, very quiet.
I don't mess with nobody. I rarely talk smack to anybody. So for him to come out and say that about me, I didn't say nothing to you. So why you coming at me? So my saying is, it's better let the sleeping dog sleep. So.
Oh! So, don't wake the pissed off dog up.
Yeah. So I feel like he gave me that extra boost I didn't need, but he gave it to me. So when you talk smack, I want you to back it up. So I went out there, I did what I did. I helped my team win. I did everything I could, so I felt good about it.
That was very out of character for you, though, because you are a very quiet guy. Yeah. You're very reserved. You kind of don't do that. And then you walk in there with a clown mask. By the way, could backfire. Just for future reference, that could have went a very bad way. Not that you ever thought of it. But as a person that lives on the internet now, if you guys don't win that game, that goes the complete opposite direction with you being a clown, actually.
Yeah, me being a clown, yeah. So I want to come out there the first drive and let them know that it's about to be a long day, regardless of whatever happened. I had to bag it up. So I came out in the first drive and I bagged it up.
You have an ankle issue right now? Kind of a hit or miss. Not hit or miss, you're playing. I'm talking about you're in sometimes, you're out sometimes. They're kind of picking their times whenever they want to use your energy and your injured ankle. How are you feeling going in playoffs? Everybody's hurt, I guess.
Yeah, everybody's hurt, but for me it's rare because I don't really deal with these injuries. I rarely have them because I take care of my body a lot. So for this one, it's tough, but my team need me, so I'm doing everything I possibly can to make sure I'm out there.
Have you become a real leader in this locker room? I mean, you're one of the longest vested players in the Colts. Whenever I was with you were very young. Reggie Wayne was the OG in the wide receiver room. He leaves, you're now that guy. Have you enjoyed that role?
Oh, absolutely. Reggie set me up perfect to be in the position I'm in. He told me everything I needed to know. For the day he retired, I stepped out that I was gonna have to assume that role. Marvin did it for him, he did it for me, so it's only right that I continue and pass it down.
Is this a hard interview because you wrote a crap there?
No, man, I love it.
If you had to rank you and your kids, who's the most athletic kid in the family?
The most athletic?
Including you. I feel like your one child can smoke you. I saw a video of him on the internet, and he was more athletic than anything I've ever seen in my life.
Not right now. But right now, it would be my youngest, Ty, my youngest son, then my oldest son, and then my daughter. But she's pretty fast. But the youngest he's probably going to be the best one, although my oldest has really stepped up his game. And he is a problem.
When did you become a father? How old were you?
I was going into my senior year in high school. So maybe about 16, 17.
This happens a lot, by the way. This happens in the world a lot. High school athlete has a baby, and then the conversation normally turns like, well, he wasn't that good of a dad because he had to go do his business. You and your family are tight. You got a tight group. Your lady's still around since high school. You got your kids with you. You seem to really thrive in being a father.
Oh, absolutely. Having my oldest in high school helped me become a man early, and I had to grow up quick. I had a son I had to provide for, take care of. So, both our families did a great job of making sure, we had help. And to help us grow up quick. But me and her, we've been together since middle school. She was in the 6th, I was in the 7th. So we pretty much know each other inside and out. And just having her around, she makes my job easy.
I see a lot of Gucci shit. I think your family might be the most Gucci'd out family I've ever seen in my life.
She does everything, man. I just show up, man, and put on whatever she have for me, man. So all the looks for me and the kids is the wife. She gets all the credit.
This team's really good, man. You guys were a rough start, obviously. Stumbled out the blocks. 1-5 team trying to learn about themselves. You guys are really hot right now. Why is that?
I think it came down to us having that team meeting, the players only meeting, and from that moment,
Did you talk in there?
I don't talk, man.
I was about to be so surprised if you were like, all right, I'm gonna talk.
Yeah, I don't talk, man. But a lot of guys stepped up to the plate and said some things that really hit home to a lot of players. And we got a lot of young guys, but we told them, man, you're not young, man. You got to grow up quick. If there's a question you need to ask, man, just ask it. And we all kind of met and let everybody know, man, we got to bring it. This is unacceptable. And 1-5 was very unacceptable of what the talent that we had. So we came in, went back to work, went strong at it, went hard, and we're here.
You like Frank?
I love Frank, man. Frank's a great dude, man. He's one of the best coaches, man. And he's the players' coach. He always about the players, and that's great to have. And we love playing for him, man. This team right here is full of guys that love ball, and as long as we continue playing the way we're playing, and everybody's playing and doing that role, we'll be a tough team to beat.
I agree. You can't talk about this, but I can. I bet very heavily on you guys. It's a nice little perk of being retired. And I want to let you know you're the man. You are the absolute man. What do you see in the Chiefs?
A tough team, man. It's gonna be a tough environment. It's gonna be loud. That's the one thing I'm trying to tell the guys. It's gonna be loud. But it's nothing we haven't faced. It's gonna be some pressure, but the pressure's on them. We just gotta go out there and just play our game. And whoever takes the field first, offense or defense, let's take the crowd out of the game.
Andrew Luck, obvious comeback player of the year. He spoke to Frank Reich early and said that he was like your champion for you. He was like, T.Y. needs to be on this team. Because I don't know what anybody would be thinking about potentially moving you, but maybe they were thinking about a rebuild or who knows. But Andrew Luck openly came out and said, like, T.Y. is my guy. Whenever he was missing practice reps, whenever he was injured years ago, your answer was always like, me and Andrew Luck are just on the same page. We're on the same page. No matter what happens, we're on the same page. Andrew Luck told Frank Reich that said, even though T.Y. might not run the route exactly how you draw it up, he and I know exactly where we are. How does that happen with a guy from South Florida and a nerd from Stanford? How can you two, by the way, that nerd's an incredible football player. How can you two be such a on-sync duo that people don't really talk about enough?
It's our chemistry, man. After every play, we always communicate. After every play, he looks at me, then he gets the play call. And then even when we go on the sideline, we always communicate what we see, what should we do. 7 years together, man, a lot of games, a lot of practices, a lot of training camps, a lot of off-season work. So we pretty much know each other inside and out. I know these things, he know what I'm thinking. And then, once we come back to the sideline, make our adjustments, we might not hit it the next drive, but we at some point in the game, we're gonna capitalize on your mistake.
You guys gonna win by like 50 or? Like, what are we thinking? Win by 50 this weekend or no?
We just got to get it done. And this group right here is good. Going to the playoffs, the one thing you need is a team that's hot. And we're hot, so we look forward to it. It's gonna be a great game, but we can do it.
Tell the team that during the national anthem.
Oh. They better be ready.
The home of the.
And everybody's gonna say it.
It is so loud. Hey, when we were over there, it was freezing cold. It was Bruce Arians.
Yes.
When Bruce Arians, he actually gave us a halftime speech. It was like, it's cold as fuck. Let's win this game and get out of here.
Get out of here.
That was his actual halftime speech. It was like, listen, here's the deal. You're cold. We're cold. Let's win this game and get the hell out of here.
Get out of here.
It was probably 3/4 full, which was incredible because they were already out of it. Right. And their fans were lit from the beginning. And that Chiefs yell was one of the most impressive things I've ever heard. It's like a war cry for them.
I swear it is.
It really is.
It is. And if you're not ready, it can do some things to you, man.
Just standing there, national anthem, like, oh, what a moment. I'm in the playoffs. And then all of a sudden, like 70,000 people just scream, gee, shit.
Yes.
That happened to me. I almost pooped. It was so cold, I almost pooped.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Is this the most fun you've had playing football in a while?
Oh yeah, man, it's very fun, man. Just being around the guys, man, it's cool, man. And they love this. They love what they do, and they love this game. And they're all in, man. They bought all in from the week 6. So it's gonna be special, man. And like I said, man, like I tell them, just enjoy the moment, man. And when you in there, seize the moment. You know, in football, the play don't care who makes it. So as long as you're there and you're able to make the play, you're gonna be fine.
The play don't care who makes it. T.Y. is normally the one making it, though. You caught a ball in triple coverage this past week. Andrew threw it into triple coverage is also another way to spin that. But you came down with it early. You're one of my favorite humans to watch from when you were young and this quiet, chip-on-the-shoulder kid to getting wealthy, which you should have because you earned that, and now you're taking on a leadership role. It's been cool to watch you become the focal point of defenses and see how you handle it. It's been really cool.
I appreciate you, man.
You should have went to West Virginia, though. Your kid's stupid. It's neither here nor there. Good luck, man.
I appreciate you, Pat.
Which
Thanks
ankle
for
is
having
it?
me, man? I can't tell you that, Pat. What's wrong?
Which one is it?
I don't know.
That was that with T.Y. Hilton. Legend. Hard interview, by the way. That was a hard interview. If you were a better dice player, easy interview. This thing would have been done a long time ago.
Oh, man.
You rolled 12 on your first roll. Hard interview. It's what I have to do for any respective journalist out there.
Hey, if it's easy, then I don't want it. I like to work for it, so.
Chip on the shoulder. Kid's going to dominate in Kansas City. The home of the Chiefs! Good luck, dude.
Appreciate it.
So I got to see T.Y. Huge thanks to T.Y. and the Colts for making that happen. Also Quentin Nelson. But T.Y., thanks for coming on. T.Y. doesn't do a lot of interviews either. And when he does interviews, he's almost like standoffish with the people because I think that chip on his shoulder, he always thinks people are going to try to kind of screw him over, fuck him over. Mm-hmm. I was excited to hear him talk there because he's the same T.Y. he was whenever he was young, broke. Now he's wealthy. He's the guy. He's all over the place. And he's the same guy. He's been with the same girl since junior high. He's got 100 kids, and he just balls out. I'm happy for him. That guy pissed him the fuck off.
He took a shot at him in the interview. He's like, I have no idea why they're interviewing him.
Yeah. I started laughing during whenever he was like, I don't know why they were even interviewing him. I was like, oh, a little subtle shot there.
I have a question. Why does he go by T.Y.? Because his name is Eugene.
Thank you. That's what he's always told me.
Really?
Yeah. Thank you. T.Y. He goes by T.Y. for thank you.
Really?
Yeah, I have no idea if that's accurate.
Because I kept looking for a middle name that was like T or Y, but it's literally Eugene Marquise.
He is. What year is this for him? 6? Year 6 in the NFL for him? 7 maybe? 6 or 7?
Yeah.
7. He's been telling me the same answer for 7 years, that it's for thank you.
Really?
No idea what that means.
Sure it is.
No idea how it started, but T.Y. is a hell of a name, and his celebration's dope, and he hated that Jonathan Joseph guy. And it's just, hey, just let sleeping dogs sleep.
I think that's what was so surprising to me because, like, you listen to him talk and his story, and he's so mature and all he's dealt with through his whole life, and then he hears like one remark like that, and then to react the way he did, like he didn't say anything, just shows up with a clown mask and puts on a fucking show.
Well, I think it was you got to remember when everything gets gassed up, his friends texting him.
Yeah,
like everybody's like, oh, you let this guy call you a clown, and T.Y. competitive guy, but a nice guy. I think he was doing that strictly for his friend base that was like gassing him up. And it's playoffs, by the way. A lot of players that he might be friends with aren't in the playoffs right now, so they're just at home watching too, so they can send texts to gas him up. I've told the story numerous times. That practice squad corner was the only other person that I've seen be on the other end of this, and that kid quit football, I think, after. T.Y. is really, that sleeping dog quote is a real thing, because those chip on the shoulder people, if you just add a little bit more of a chip on there or disrespect them a little, it's over. And T.Y. has a huge chip on
The
the
reason
shoulder.
I really love that he made that move was because he is mature enough and been around long enough, whatever, to realize once I do this, I cannot allow myself to fail.
Because that could have went the
like
other
you
way.
said, it would crush him, and people would have crushed him. So for him to put that extra pressure on himself, I just fucking love that move.
Warm-ups, too. He had his hoodie on. They took pictures of him in warm-ups. He had his hoodie on, music on. It was like a whole nother thing. I'm just begging for somebody from the Chiefs to be like, yo, T.Y.'s a piece of shit.
they're not.
I just want somebody in the Andy Reid kingdom over there to just come out and say it, because that was awesome to see him just like lock in. And it's terrible craps player. Yeah.
Tough 12.
Crapped out first roll. Yeah. I didn't even have really I didn't even sit back down yet. You watch the video on the YouTube, but I didn't even sit back down yet and craps out. I was like, oh, Jesus.
Boxcars.
Jesus. Woo. Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah.
By the way, the play don't care who makes it.
It's Chuck Pagano.
Oh my God, that's a great quote.
That's a Chuck Pagano quote.
That's a life quote.
The play
right there.
don't care who makes it.
What got me is like you think of NFL players and you think they're all monsters, but we see him in person. He's not very big.
Svelte, yeah.
He's a svelte
And
guy.
he fucking dominates.
Medium shirt, by the way.
Yeah.
By the way,
that got me too.
We had to make a medium shirt for him.
Did you see his eyes light up when you gave him that shirt?
Oh, yeah, you could
he
hear it in
had
the interview.
his vision, and plus you gave him to the kids too for
Yeah,
his
got
kids.
his kids' shirts.
Love it. Beautiful. Move.
I think T.Y. is the most underrated wide receiver in the game.
Yep.
I know everybody was saying Keenan Allen because Keenan Allen is never on national TV and stuff like that. But from watching T.Y., he puts up 1,000 yards every fucking year.
They're very close.
Every single year he puts up, and he's undersized, and he's had 5 different series of Andrew Lucks, by the way, throughout his thing. He's had the almost hurt Andrew Luck. He's had the hurt Andrew Luck. He's had backup quarterback. He is just the only constant really on that offense is T.Y. Hilton's going to get his numbers. And by the way, team guy. He's a quiet guy. He doesn't start shit in the locker room, which a lot of, by the way, wide receivers kind of have that. I mean, that's just what wide receivers are. They're greedy, they're athletic, they're incredible, but sometimes there's drama. T.Y., there's no goddamn drama. It's just like, he's a cool cat.
Well,
man.
that's what I was going to say. You could tell how I can't even imagine what type of fabric you have to have as a human and the maturity you have to have a kid at 16 and 17 and still make it to the league.
And by the way, and be a superstar in college.
And still keep like the same girlfriend that turns into your wife. I couldn't even imagine what type of human you have to be.
I think that's a good measure of who
Jeff
he is. They've been
Bezos
together
couldn't.
since middle school.
Well, Jeff Bezos got a divorce, obviously, after becoming the richest man a couple years. More power to them for the amicable split. But I honestly believe this weekend that the Colts have a good shot against the Chiefs. And I'm only saying this because, yes, I am emotionally attached to the Colts because I would like to see them win for the sake of the people that work in that building, the groundskeepers, the athletic trainers, the janitors, everybody's life is much better when you win. Granted, they've accomplished something that nobody thought they could this year, so off season for those people will probably be solid anyway. But man, this is a hot team that can make a run. And for the Kansas City Chiefs, an offensive dependent team, rhythm dependent team, I don't love the bye week. I don't love the bye week for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Especially with a rookie quarterback.
I really don't. He's his second year, but you get it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that helps them almost that he's young because he's kind of ignorant to the situation, how big it is. But for me, the timing of everything in the offense, I don't know. I didn't play offense. I mean, perfect passer rating on Thanksgiving. I mean, that's something to be said. But I just feel like that Houston game did nothing but help the Colts, both mentally, physically, everything. And the Kansas City Chiefs got to sit home and or against the Houston Texans, it helped the Colts. Kansas City Chiefs just sat at home there. Could rhythm be busted up? Could they be slow at the start? If they're slow at the start, the Colts have a defense that can stop people. So I think the Colts are in a good spot, although that Kansas City Chiefs team is fucking.
Well, not choosing sides though, but more game film, more game plan. Like, isn't that better?
For which side?
For the Chiefs?
That
For the
could
Chiefs.
be Well, it could also be for the Colts too.
It's Andy Reid's one of those guys too. He's like an astounding record off the bye week,
yeah.
something like 16 or 17-2.
But that's because you can prepare for a
Yeah,
team for
exactly.
2 weeks. This time he didn't know who he was going to play.
I think he knew who he was going to play.
You think he knew the Colts were going into Houston and winning?
Yes.
Really?
Really?
Who didn't know that?
Vegas.
A lot of people, yeah.
No. They were the most bet dog of all time in the playoffs.
Yeah, but Vegas thought they were underdogs.
Yeah, I know.
They were underdogs to
I know
begin
they
with.
were.
So I mean, it's something where yes, Andy Reid probably prepared for both. Let's assume he.
I was going to
prepared for
ask,
both.
is that a reasonable scenario where he
Yeah.
looks
Oh,
at least
yeah.
preps
Oh yeah,
beginning phase of
Oh
both?
yeah, you would prepare for both, but still, that offense was humming. Man.
As long as we get to the fourth quarter, I don't care. Andy Reid's going to shit in his shoe.
Yeah, that's true. But here's some concerning.
Andy Reid's season did end a long time ago, and everybody seen it happen. Everybody watched it happen. That Chiefs team, but they still got to buy, so they still had an incredible year. And Patrick Mahomes is different, man. But so is Andrew Luck.
Concerning stat: Dome teams going outside are 8-24 since 2003. in the
Colts aren't
playoffs.
technically a dome team, though.
It opens up.
They have a dome that they can close, but not every game is held inside. So,
99% of the games.
no, that is not correct at all.
72.
That is not. I don't even think that's correct at all. I would say it's. I would say 60% maybe of the home games because the beginning of anytime they can open that thing, they fucking open it strictly because the taxpayers had to pay
When it's
for
nice
it.
out though, right?
And even if it's not nice, they opened that thing a couple of years ago when it was like 50-some degrees. Yeah. Everybody was pissed. People were pissed. They're like, it could be 70 and sunny, but you have one local journalist who's like, taxpayers paid for that roof to be open. Do you remember that? The sun's out. It'll be 50. Will they have it open or not? And then I feel like the Colts are like, oh, this motherfucker's, we have to open it because the taxpayers. That thing's open more often than not.
Is that Jim's decision all the time?
But that is a scary stat. That is a scary stat.
It's supposed to be like 38 in Kansas City this weekend, though, so I don't think the weather's going to be too crazy.
And Kansas City's been awful at home in the playoffs. There's like so many things to go into.
20-some years or something. Matt Hasselbeck said the other day they hadn't won a home playoff game.
0-6 in their
They
last
lost
playoff
to
game?
Titans last year. They lost to Steelers the year before that, and then they lost. Maybe the Steelers get them.
Okay, so Colts Chiefs. We're all in here on the Colts strictly for personal reasons, right? Think the Chiefs could win. Shout out Travis Kelce, by the way, friend of the show. But boy, it'd be awesome if the Colts stay hot, which they are. Hottest team in sports right now. These shows are just a thing of art, really. A Bob Ross painting, some would say. We'll get you back to the action here in just a couple moments because I have to tell you that this show is sponsored by Thursday Boot Company. Thursday, the day you work hard, but is also the unofficial start of the weekend. Thursday boots are made with that versatility in mind. Thursday boots are made in the same North American manufacturing facilities as the well-known old school brands wore that sell for 2 to 3 times the price of Thursday boots.
Wow.
2 to 3 times.
Yeah, that's a pretty big difference.
2 to 3x. They've been featured in Esquire, GQ, Men's Journal, and all those other publications that tell you what to buy, and you're going to absolutely love them for half to 1/3 the price of the other old school brands. With prices starting at $149 and free shipping and returns, Thursday boots are the best boots you can buy. And with their clean, timeless design and durability, Thursday boots will keep you standing confident for years to come. Head on over to ThursdayBoots.com and get a pair for yourself today. It is Thursday, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
That really just clicked with me. That was a big moment for me. Today's the official start of the unofficial start of the weekend. It says it right there from Thursday. It's the perfect day to go get you some Thursday boots because it is Thursday and today is a great day. Also, no matter what you do in the bathroom to get ready, Dollar Shave Club has everything you need to look, feel, and smell your best. They have amazing shower stuff, hairstyling products, toothbrushes, toothpaste, and of course, razors and shave supplies as well. That's how I get ready, but you're not me. You have your own way to do things. You might shave your whole body to get ready for a bike race. We don't know. Dollar Shave Club Executive Razor and Shave Butter can help with that. You might do your hair to get ready for your soccer match. Boogies by DSC can help you get your style right. The thing is, no matter what you do to get ready, DSC has everything you need. And right now, you can get ready with an amazing deal on any one of their starter sets. I can recommend, personally, the Daily Essentials Starter Set because I love the Amber Lavender Body Cleanser. Makes me smell delicious. My lady says it. You guys notice it.
Yep.
I walk in a room, everybody goes... Had a lot more bugs in there than I imagined. I just snorted some heavy stuff there. Everybody goes, damn, you smell good. And you can't go wrong with any of these starter sets. So head over to dollarshaveclub.com/America to pick your own DSC starter set for just $5. After your starter set, products ship at a regular price. And make sure you check out their new video, too. That's dollarshaveclub.com/America, dollarshaveclub.com/America, the greatest country on earth. And let's send you back into the most ridiculous and dumbest podcast on the planet. You guys are the absolute best. Huge giveaway at the end of this goddamn thing. Huge giveaway at the end of this show. So if you don't want to catch up with any of our stupidity that we recorded earlier, maybe just go to the end. But if you want to hear some vitamin thoughts for about the next hour or so, buckle up because we dove deep into some incredible conversation. Patriots Chargers A lot of people wondering about the Patriots dynasty. This weekend would be the one that would either make it or break it. Make by continue the dynasty. Break. If you lose in the divisional round, this isn't the Patriots. This isn't the Patriots dynasty that we know. They lose in the AFC Championship game. You could be like, yeah, they still made it to the fucking AFC Championship game. They're still in the Final Four. They lose in the divisional round, though, to old Phil Rivers, old man Rivers in the Chargers. That could be a lot of questions.
Last time they won in division was to the Ravens when they had Ray Rice. That was the last time they won.
Is that when Cundiff missed left?
I don't know. I know Ray Rice had like a 70-yard touchdown, like the third play of the game.
I think Cundiff, there was somebody that dropped a touchdown in the corner of the end zone.
Lee Evans.
And then Billy Cundiff jogged out late. He almost had a delay of game, missed the ball left. Patriots win, they go on.
Super Bowl, yeah.
I think it's going to be a close game for sure, but Sean Merriman is certain that the Chargers get a win because he's emotionally invested in Chargers as well. I just don't know how you bet against Tom Brady and Bill Belichick in any game.
I will.
That's what I'm saying.
I also am taking the Chargers.
I've been saying
and the
they're
points.
different.
At least, I don't know who's going to win the game, but 4.5, 5 points is a lot.
I've been saying that the Patriots are different this year. They've been different since Bill Belichick went to that Timberwolves game. They lose to the Eagles with a backup quarterback. The Eagles had a backup quarterback in. Patriots lose. Nobody thought that was going to happen. I mean, I bet on the Eagles because their team meeting was lit, but nobody thought it was going to happen actually. Everything seems to have been different after that moment, but Patriots are the Patriots for a reason.
And it's snowing. People haven't gotten into the fact that it's going to be 3 to 5 inches of snow.
Oh,
Phillip Rivers.
3 to 5 inches
3 to
of
5.
snow?
That's not going to be on the ground, though.
Phillip Rivers, his last 10 games in cold weather with the effects of rain or snow, however you want to put it.
Precipitation.
Cold weather.
Precipitation. 11 interceptions, 5 fumbles. 10 games.
Yeah, but they got old Cuzzy that was in the Uber.
Melvin
Gordon.
Yeah, they got Melvin Gordon.
He sat out today. He's a little banged up.
Well, he's got that knee. He had that hyperextension of the knee there in the game. Couple Toradol shots, though. Couple Uber rides around Foxborough. He's right back in that game the next day.
I just love the San Diego defense. Like
Los Angeles.
Our defense.
I'll never call them that.
Never. What if they go to like San Antonio?
Then maybe I'll change.
Okay.
Something just
Antonio
feels different about them. I think I said a couple weeks ago, they've just been riding under the radar all year, stacking wins together, dominant on the road.
Yep.
Didn't lose on the road. And then, like, you look at the weapons they have, like Mike Williams, even like Tyrell Williams and Travis Benjamin as their third and fourth receivers. It's going to be tough to cover all those guys.
Hunter Henry back after a long injured reserve.
Stephen A. Smith right there. Hunter Henry. Got to look out for him.
Pat, does this hold any weight to you? All right.
that?
You were in the locker rooms. That's why I'm asking you. Then I want to get the room.
No, let's not. I mean, this isn't your fucking show.
I understand. But listen, Brady. Always getting that award. Help me out, Connor. First one in, last one to leave in March, and then they come around to the OTAs are there. He's gone this whole year, man. And I mean,
yeah, he wasn't even
gone.
there. He was on a yacht. He was on a yacht.
That was his thing, though. He said after this season, he wanted to just kind of block out all the bullshit because people, they always talk about Brady. Right when the season's over, he goes right back to the lab. Brady's also a father. He wanted to spend a little time
that's
with
what we're saying.
His wife and kids.
The machine of Tom Brady is different. I wasn't around Peyton after he had his kids, really. Once his kids became actual humans, I assume that changed him a little bit. But he didn't have kids because he was fucking Peyton Manning. He was a machine. That's why that didn't happen. I honestly believe everything just seems to be different with the Patriots. Could Old Man Rivers go in there and knock him out? I think he could. I think Old Man Rivers could get in there and get the win. I'll be excited to see what happens because a lot is riding on it for NFL Films, by the way. The Dynasty documentary could be coming out. Is it coming out at the end of this year, or is it coming out at the end of next year?
I think you're going to have to keep waiting for, 4 more years, 5 more years maybe.
4 more years?
Brady wants to play till 45. Like that, in his head, that is his goal. So
is Belichick and Brady going to get along for 4 more years?
I want $1 billion, but, it's not how it works.
Yeah, but Brady has 5 Super Bowl rings. If you had 5 million, you'd be a little closer.
It's not how it works.
Just for future reference, 5 million, nowhere near $1 billion.
I thought they said the first million's the toughest.
Those people are lying.
Something's different in New England, man.
I do. I believe
Something is off in New England.
It's always been
tough
like this.
team.
And who else we got? We got the Rams and who?
So the night game on Saturday is Cowboys at Rams.
So there we go. The Rams have been suspect ever since Cooper Kupp has been gone. Ever since old Cooper Kupp's been gone, and the Cowboys, since getting Amari Cooper, has been hot. So if you're riding trends, I think you got to go with the Cowboys in the trend.
I took the points. The thing that scares me is when LA faced Chicago, and Chicago has a very similar D line to Dallas, and fucking Chicago gave LA a lot of fucking.
Well, it was also
problems.
very cold, right? It was also very cold. I mean, that is a real
Yeah.
thing. That Phillip Rivers stat you just dropped in there is a real thing because I mean, your hands on the ball. Hands on the ball. That's a
Still, Goff does not like pressure at all. He does not handle pressure well at all.
I seen that in that Red Bull video when he was with that JUCO kid.
Yep.
And they had a little pressure up the guy, and he was just throwing picks in the JUCOs. I remember that.
He folds.
I'm not saying the Cowboys could win because I don't know if they're off. It's
Cowboys-
so weird. It's so weird. The Rams' defense has been terrible all season, but they can they turn it on? Can they turn it on now?
Cowboys in the NFC Championship, by the way. I couldn't imagine what Jerry Jones is going to do.
Couldn't even imagine.
Jerry Jones bought a $250 million super yacht after winning the wild card weekend. You win a divisional round going to the NFC Championship? Okay, now we're talking. Saints
Eagles. The line is now 8
At the Dome.
down there in the dome.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's the last one of the weekend too.
That might be
That one's the
tough
one-
for Philadelphia.
Yeah, that one's the one that
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think this is where Foles' magic runs out. I think the Saints are just going to run
Yeah,
all
because
over.
Foles'
really?
magic is going to run into Bree's destiny.
Think about what the Breeze Destiny ran into last year in cold-ass Minnesota when they were winning, and then the internet broke after one play with Stephon Diggs, who now has commercials and a huge paycheck. That was one of the most magical moments in NFL history. Our YouTube page got flagged for that video alone, just a picture of it. That's a big moment in the NFL's history. Drew Brees is going to have vengeance on that whole situation, I think.
Yeah, I'm in agreement.
Hey,
with
you mentioned Destiny. A quick thing about back to the Patriots, real quick.
Oh,
Saban,
We're past it.
Of course.
We're past it.
Bama, and the Patriots have never won the title in the same year. Just saying. Every other year is how they go.
Okay, maybe when we're talking about that, say it.
I try, I went to, but then I missed.
I'm going to
it.
go against the grain on the Eagles. I just think it's in the cards, man. I think it's in the cards.
You like the
They're-
ski
they're
masks.
playing very well. They beat Chicago, and a
Two
lot of people
picks.
didn't think that was possible.
2 picks, though, against the New Orleans Saints is probably 10 points. That's probably 10 points you're giving up there.
Maybe, but also toward the end of the season, the Saints.
Oh,
and
yeah,
the-
you're right. Your
They
arms
did
are-
not look as good in the last third of the season as they did.
That's a team who the bye week will help.
Yeah, I think so, because they had to get back on track. What if they didn't get back on track? What if Drew Brees is out there doing Jimmy John's commercials in just another week, just like last year with the Minneapolis Miracle?
That's a good point.
Wow.
I think it's tough to count out Nick Foles.
I do too.
We got
Man,
a
I just-
hilarious conversation coming up for you, too. I'm happy we could do this football talk for you. National championship, Trevor Lawrence is an animal. I think that guy is going to have $1 billion. People were saying that Alabama team could beat an NFL team.
Oh,
People were
please.
saying,
Yeah.
People were saying
said
that. People were saying that.
Horseshit.
No, well, people were saying that at one point. That the Alabama team could beat an NFL team.
There's no college team that'll beat the worst NFL team.
Well, people were saying we're not.
Yeah, quite a few
Yeah.
people were saying.
People were quite a few.
Yeah.
people were saying it.
Quoted.
Quite a few people because
people wrote blogs about it.
people wrote a big long
Saw
blogs
that.
about it. But that was not the same Alabama team there. That Clemson team just completely demoralized them. I mean, that Clemson team took everything out of even that D lineman that's unstoppable. He seemed like dejected during that game. That offensive line for Clemson was finishing plays. They look like a bunch of Quentin Nelsons, to be honest, out there. Not a lot of words, a lot of action. That Trevor Lawrence kid's going to have $1 billion, and that rookie wide receiver, same goddamn thing. That kid, that
He's
freshman wide receiver,
Magical.
he's incredible as well.
Incredible.
The ACC has got a problem for the next 3 years at least.
There's
And
no one.
There's no one.
They played Pitt in the championship this year.
And by the way,
Hey, easy now.
that's hysterical to think about.
Yeah.
The UCF should have got at least a hint of if that's who Clemson's playing in the championship. Not saying that Pitt wasn't good, but I mean the SEC has.
I don't disagree.
Has every that is the battle, right? They're like UCF doesn't have to go into murderer's row like the SEC does, like Alabama does. Clemson, same thing though. But I think the turning of the tide that happened there on Monday night was in recruiting.
Oh yeah. There was. They actually read an article and they got like comments from all the top recruits in the country, and they were all like switching to Clemson.
Well, because they look like a cooler team. Their jerseys are like
I assume-
cooler.
and Dabo looks a
Dabo,
lot
yeah.
more fun to play for than fucking
Yes.
Saban.
Yeah.
Seems
a
like
lot
the
more.
players like Dabo more.
Did I see Jalen Hurts trying to jump in the?
Yeah, he's
transferring.
Pool.
He's transferring?
Yeah, they obviously don't know where yet, but he announced that.
Think
he was
about that.
West Virginia.
You sit out, you sit there all year and back a guy up after what happened last year. You lose in the championship, and now you're going to transfer.
Well, I don't think he wanted to sit again.
I think he wanted to graduate too. So I think he wanted to graduate from Alabama, which I think he did. That was kind of the spin, is that he was going to be a good teammate. He was going to graduate. Now that he's got his degree, he can transfer without having to sit out, go play your final year, because they're obviously not going to pull Tua. Tua, by the way, I think he was more hurt than people were thinking. I think that affected him a lot more than just in his mobility. Like I think it was affecting a lot of things.
The animals up front for Clemson now. Oh,
they're incredible. That team,
the best one was sitting too.
If I had Kirk Herbstreit actually sent both of his kids, I think, are going to Clemson. And that's huge recruiting, by the way, having the voice of college football basically say, like, yeah, my kids are preferred walk-ons at Clemson because he enjoyed what's going on down there. I think Clemson's going to be tough to top both in recruiting and on the field. But West Virginia got a new coach, too. Let's not get crazy. West Virginia sneak in there and win that whole goddamn thing. Right?
You think it's a rematch?
No, I don't know. I don't know if Alabama makes it next year. Honestly, I think turning of the tide is a possible thing. That Alabama team rides on swag and dominating people, which they do on a regular basis. And they dominated that Clemson team early. 1 pick 6, but they looked like they were dominating early. And when Clemson didn't back down at all, it almost looked like it took the wind out of the Saban's
Georgia's
tide.
still young. Ohio State's going to be back with the new quarterback.
Georgia. Oregon, too. Oregon next year.
Yeah, West Virginia, too. Yeah.
Guys,
By the way,
book it. It's Alabama Clemson next year for the national championship. Tua's coming back ticked off.
They're 1-2 to start the season, but
Who's won? Clemson?
Clemson's won.
Got to be because that Trevor Lawrence guy.
Oh, you guys also forgot Texas is back.
Texas is back.
Not
blew out
quite,
Georgia.
Texas.
Not quite back to tap
Longhorns?
on the shoulders of Clemson and Alabama.
No, yeah, they're not national
They
champions.
got Dicker the kicker there.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
they could really do some work, of course, but they got to run through the Mountaineers. Ain't no chance of winning the Big 12 with West Virginia in there. No chance.
Good effort for Saban. Not a great effort for the brand, though.
It was a freshman kicker.
Wow.
It's a tough spot. That Clemson kicker, they were talking about him. He's been in 3 national championship games, I think, and he has like good percentage. That's incredible to me. That's a very impressive kicker. I don't know how strong his leg is. I have no idea. I haven't done research. Fair catches on kickoffs, by the way, the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It is. I don't know how you do it. Clemson did it the entire game. They didn't even think about returning it. Didn't even think about it. They just fair cut it the whole time. That's disgusting. But that Clemson kicker, kicking is all in between the ears. All of it. So whenever you're a freshman kicker or a college kicker in general, and every week you're in a huge game, every week you're in a packed stadium, every week you're on primetime television, that is a huge obstacle that kickers and punters that go to bumfuck university somewhere don't have to experience. Thomas Morstead went to SMU. When we played in the Senior Bowl, that was the biggest crowd he'd ever played in front of in his life. And that was a high school, basically a high school stadium. Now, granted, he's turned into an incredible punter in the NFL, best in the NFL. But at that moment when I saw him going into the stadium, that's a real thing. And some of these kids, the Alabama kicker, Clemson's kicker, these kickers in the SEC, they're playing in front of 100,000 people on primetime television. As a young 18-year-old, that could be a big fucking ordeal to get over, especially in a profession or a craft that is 100% mental. So that's not.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
When I was reading up, when I was deciding who I was going to bet on for that game, the only real sizable disparity that I could find was that everybody was saying how bad Alabama's special teams were. If you're them, I mean, they're the team. How does a head coach allow that to happen?
Alabama kickers for the last decade have been so bad.
Did you hear what I just said, though? Alabama's kickers are also on primetime television every single game in front of hundreds of thousands with national championships on the line every single time they kick. That's a huge mental hurdle. They have to just find a guy who can get in there and just be the guy. You know what I mean? It's somebody, you either got it or you don't. You can't tell in kicking camps, I don't think. I don't think you can tell whether or not how somebody's going to respond in front of 10 million people, 15 million people until it happens. You know, I think that is
so.
why.
It all goes on the kicker because they were expanding
so,
out. They're just not productive at all. So,
well,
but it all goes.
J.K. Scott was their punter. He was a good punter. I mean, their punt team was good there for a while. It's just when you get in those specialist positions, it's very much like, can they handle it in between the ears? It's tough. Speaking of in between the ears, Buccaneers, Bruce Arians, head coach there. Bruce Arians is now head coach at Tampa. Kliff Kingsbury is now the coach for the Arizona Cardinals. Wow. To talk about that is a man calling us from the Yeah, anytime you call, you'd be on the phone. Sounds like there's a baby in the background. If you could tell that thing to be quiet, even though she's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Arizona Cardinals starting center going into next year with a new coach, Kliff Kingsbury, who's damn near the same age as him. His former coach is now with the Buccaneers, former teammate of mine, AQ Shipley. AQ, what are your thoughts on all the coaching carousel?
It's kind of crazy, right? I mean, it is wild. Just watching all these moves, it's like it's the same crew just kind of circling amongst the league.
Did you expect Bruce Arians to come back to coaching whenever he retired?
I definitely did not when he retired, but then halfway through this season, when he made that comment about Cleveland, I said he's coming back, no question about it. I thought it was for sure going to be Cleveland, but one of his disciples ends up in Cleveland, which is great for Freddie.
Freddie Kitchens used to be a coach at the Arizona Cardinals as well, under the Bruce Arians umbrella. So you think Freddie Kitchens will do well in Cleveland? He seems to have a great rapport with Baker Mayfield. The Checkdown put out a video from the sideline of Baker and Freddie like kind of fucking with each other, and Baker says that guy's an idiot and like laughs. I think he and Baker have a great relationship. Do you think that's going to be a good hire for the Cleveland Browns?
Well, Freddie's that guy. He's one of us. I mean, he's always joking around. He's always got jokes. He says some of the most outrageous, outlandish things you will ever hear.
Like that.
But that's what makes everybody love him. That's what makes Freddie who he is, and the players love him. He's always got a great rapport for him. He's got his guy Drew Stanton in his back pocket, and
Drew Stanton's a weapon over there, huh? Drew Stanton's going to be a weapon over there.
Yeah, he's a coach. That's what he is. He's a coach. He's just a very talented coach because, I mean, you take everything he sees on the field, plus the offense that he's been in with Freddie for the last 6 years, plus the rapport he has with Freddie, plus the relationship he has, and just being able to kind of help him out and kind of lean on him for advice, I think is fantastic.
Okay, so Freddie Kitchens is going to do well with the Cleveland Browns. I could see the dog pound, by the way. If this doesn't go well, it's the same thing that happened with the Colts. Is we don't need a players coach in there. We don't need somebody that gets along with the players. We need somebody that's going to be a disciplinarian. I think it's a new time. I understand where you're coming from. I think if the players like you, they're probably going to play better for you, depending on things. I don't know. Bruce Arians in Tampa Bay. Why do you think that's a good fit, or do you not think that's a good fit for him?
They got a ton of talent. If he can keep, Deshaun Jackson happy down there, and they got a great weapon in Mike Evans. They got really good tight ends. These are all weapons that Bruce loves to utilize.
How about Bruce How about Bruce just sitting at his house down there on the lake in Georgia, looking at all the offenses? He's like, I'll come back and coach in Cleveland. I got Jarvis Landry up there. Yeah, I'll do that. You know what, Tampa Bay, I got that big motherfucker from A&M, Mikey, and Deshaun. I'll take them for sure. Yeah. Okay, I'll take those two jobs. If you guys want me, you can have me. And that's basically what the fuck happened.
That's exactly what happened. I mean, I think, and then I heard him on the Rich Eisen show this morning. He's talking, and he's like, well, I sat there and everything just kind of fell in place. My whole staff became available. It's like, so literally his entire old staff from when he was in Arizona in the very first year here, it's available. And then he adds Clyde Christensen to the mix, which is an unbelievable hire.
So he goes back to that group text that he had from the Arizona Cardinals organization. He's like, all right, ladies and gents, because there is a lady in there, I believe. Are we all ready just to take the show to Tampa or what? And then one person's like, well, we got to add Clyde Christensen in here, the guy who's worked with Peyton Manning forever and Andrew Luck, went down to Miami, another quarterback whisperer, basically, like Bruce Arians. They're like, yep, let's add him to the group text. Let's all pack up and go to fucking Florida. You think that's what happened?
That's 100% what happened. Then when they got there, they checked out that strip club Mons Venus, and that's where all this stuff went down.
You're an idiot.
There's a rumor now that Todd Bowles might leave Bruce for Chicago's open DC position.
Oh no!
I just read on Twitter the finalized contract for Todd Bowles to the Buccaneers is done.
Yeah. Now let's talk about you. Kliff Kingsbury, formerly of Texas Tech and USC, $150,000 buyout of USC. Hilarious steal by Southern California there. He's your new coach. Have you learned anything about him? Have you looked into him at all? How do you feel?
I mean, I know he puts up points. I don't know much. I mean, he's a college guy. He was a college guy the entire time. I don't know what his network is. I don't know. I did see that he's trying to bring his offensive coordinator and was the old offensive coordinator in West Virginia. I read.
Who? Jake Spavital.
That's it. That's the name.
I guess he's a pretty cool guy, quarterback, young little quarterback. He was with Geno Smith in college and Will Greer, and now he's moved over to Houston. I don't know. He went somewhere.
We went to like Texas State, I think, as the head coach is what I read.
Yeah, so I'll be excited to see how that goes. Now, just a little further thought here. My first game I got to call was Texas Tech versus Baylor. Texas Tech, Kliff Kingsbury just gets hired to the Arizona Cardinals. I don't want to say this show gives a real bump, but one got fired after the game. Now he's the head coach of an NFL team. So what I'm intrigued by is I got text messages from AQ on this goddamn Alabama-Clemson game because AQ was one of the most critical humans on those people that were saying that Alabama could beat an NFL team. He was very critical on the people that were saying that on the internet. He was very, very critical. And then he kind of kept like, oh, you love this Alabama team. You love this Alabama team. I think he even sent me like a hand job motion to this Alabama team. And then
I think it was a blowjob. Pretty sure it was a blowjob.
You get it? That Trevor Lawrence, people were tweeting.
That guy's about to be the richest man in America.
Of all time. He's going to be the richest guy of all time. He's going to have Head and Shoulders. He's going to have the highest NFL contract possible. He's going to have every deal in the world, and he's probably going to do very well. I saw people saying, like, and I said this on the show, the NCAA is going to figure out how to get him, or the NFL is going to figure out how to get him out of the NCAA after next year. There's going to be some way they're going to work some rules somehow. That kid's going to the NFL next year. A bunch of people were tweeting, he's not ready for the NFL right now. Sam Darnold's 12 years old playing in the fucking NFL. That guy is he is an NFL quarterback playing for Clemson right now. That kid's unbelievable, AQ.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome. I mean, I loved watching him play. I mean, you don't really watch Clemson until they get to the Final Four every year, and it's like, oh my God, these guys are really good. But
agreed.
I mean, I love watching Audience Channel every morning. I love watching Dan Patrick. I love watching Rich Eisen. When I watch them, they're already talking about like, oh, 2020, 2021, like who's gonna tank in 2020, 2021 to get this guy? The Patriots are gonna be 4-12 in 2021 to get this guy. It's like the fact that like we're
what
already
if the
talking
Patriots
about that,
get fucking
guy,
Trevor
like,
Lawrence?
No.
What if what happened with Luck and Peyton happens with Tom Brady and Trevor Lawrence?
If you could guarantee me that he's going to be really good, I would take a 1-15 season on my favorite team to get him the next year.
Yup.
He looks like he's going to be the guy.
He looks like
because he's a giraffe. He's a giraffe like Peyton was, but he's an athlete too. Like he runs like fucking Cam Newton does. I saw his high school thing. He was hitting spin moves on people and diving in the fucking end zone.
Just to piggyback off, I think that was Diggs that said that, but
It was, buddy.
The crapshoot is. I think somebody was like, if you could guarantee me that he's going to be that good, that's the beauty of the crapshoot of this whole NFL draft thing. Is it's like, this guy hasn't been impressing us. We're talking about him 2 years before he's even draft eligible, and he could possibly go there and not be good at all at the next level. That's what's mind blowing.
I don't think that's possible.
This whole NFL. I don't either, but it is in the back of everybody's mind. You have to at least account for that. That is a possibility.
He was dropping balls in the bucket. Like it wasn't just. I don't think I watched him enough. I was so impressed with Tua all year. I was like, yeah, Tua is the guy. Tua is the guy. Tua is the guy. Trevor Lawrence, by the way, not even a Heisman finalist. Well, how does that?
He didn't start the year. He didn't start the year.
They pulled Cuzzy, and then he comes in,
Yeah.
and then that guy transferred out, right?
Yeah.
And then there was a bunch of talk about bashing Dabo for this, and then like 2 games in, this kid just takes off.
He got hurt at one point, didn't he? Too.
Yeah,
I don't know if
during
he
the
was
Syracuse
concussed
game,
or
he
what.
got hurt.
But
And then hold on, and then he beat a couple of mud pies in the ACC, and he goes out and he does what he does with Notre Dame. Well, I'm not sold on, and then plays against a mediocre Alabama defense.
Mediocre.
The beautiful thing
like,
is that
hold
everybody
on,
after this last game.
AQ, hold on. This isn't Fox Sports.
I know it
We
isn't,
don't
but you're
need a guy to
crowning
say
this guy.
dumb things. We don't need a guy.
crowning
They were
this
a very
kid. You're
mediocre Alabama
crowning
defense.
this kid.
What are you talking about? Quentin Nelson was considered like the greatest defensive player that we haven't. Like they were hyping him up as if he was going to be a game wrecker at D tackle. You're saying the Alabama defense isn't a good defense?
I'm
Maybe
not
the
saying
last 2 games.
I'm not saying they're not good, but they're just not Alabama like they used to be. People were talking about this. I'm just saying you're crowning this kid $100 billion already.
100 billion, 100
Hold
million,
on,
maybe.
Just hold on a second. Just hold on a second.
I don't think so. That's the Fox Sports.
No, it isn't. You're saying he dropped passes in the bucket. I'll watch the game film with you. He didn't. Guys made great catches. The end zone catch, the touchdown in the end zone, guy had to go backwards to get it. The one-handed catch on the
back
sidelines.
shoulder you're talking about. Oh,
No,
that's
it
on
wasn't.
purpose. Aaron
It was
Rodgers
not.
does it. It's
No,
on
it wasn't.
purpose.
No, it wasn't. Not in that
It
game.
was a pretty shitty ball on the sideline that he made. The receiver made an incredible catch on.
He's going to be good, but let's
He's
not
probably
crown
throwing
him.
it where only his receiver could catch it. He wanted to throw it away. I mean, let's not act like that guy with that majestic.
Write your next fucking blog, Pat. Write your fucking next blog.
I think there's a chance he makes Pro Bowl his rookie year.
Let's go.
I'm saying it. I think he'll be a.
There's
Pro-
always a chance, yeah.
I think he'll be a Pro Bowler his rookie year.
There is also a chance that he could not do well in the NFL.
Sam Bradford, he could get hurt. He could be one of those. Anything could happen. The fact that the NCAA is holding him hostage for 2 more years, though, is complete bullshit. We all agree with that. You excited to get to work with the Cardinals, boss? How's that knee?
Knee's good, man. Knee's really good. We're getting there. We got another couple months. You know what the great part is though? New head coach equals get to work faster 2 weeks early, man. Pumped, baby. Woo!
I completely forgot about that. New head coach, you get to go to OTAs, you get to go to training camp early. You get to. You don't have to, AQ. You get to.
Yeah, third time in my career that I get to get a jump start on the season, baby.
All right, have a good one. Tell the family we said hello.
All right, see you guys.
See ya.
My mother told me she could see my scalp, so figured I'd take some pills.
It's only a matter of time, my friend.
What is Steve?
Exactly.
66% of men lose their hair by the age of 30.
Steven doesn't have great hair, too. Runs in the family.
They say that, but
It's mother's dad.
No, it's not, because there's a lot of brothers. One's bald as fuck and one has a full mane.
Correct.
So
Different mother, baby.
okay.
No, you're right.
my dad has a brother that's, I think, twin brother that's bald.
Yeah, my dad does
Wait,
as well.
wait, back up.
My brother's
You
like bald.
think your dad's a twin?
No, I think it's his twin brother that's bald.
Does he have a twin, or do you not know that?
He has a twin. Yeah.
He does.
Yeah, his name's Owen.
I just found that out.
Good news, brother.
Wait, what?
Good news for you.
That means I'm not gonna do it.
Trust me, you got twins whenever you're
Skips then a skip a generation.
I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that math. All right. I'm just saying, if it's in your family, it's in your family. You got twins. Sorry, cat's out of the bag.
I don't. I just want one kid.
I know, but you're getting 2.
I want one kid. I'm gonna spoil him. He's probably gonna do drugs, kill himself young.
Dude, be perfect. One kicks, one holds.
Good life.
One kicks, one holds.
Oh,
That'd be cool.
special teams.
Oh, that would be awesome.
One
See a
punter,
brother
one
from-
kicker?
Yes.
We would be awesome.
Oh, God.
Now that's for the brand.
That would be so fun.
We need one more for a long snapper, real quick.
Just showing up at the goddamn kicking camps. Who wants to take on the little McAfees? Punters over here, kickers over here. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, it would.
Little Midas
God.
Doctor, I thought.
and Doctor.
Atlas?
Midas and Doctor.
Atlas was brought in because Midas was given to the dumbest dog in history. So maybe it will be a little Atlas and Doctor. Doctor will be the punter, I think, because it's more of a. Nope, Doctor would be the kicker. They seem to be.
Oh,
mental.
what a surgical punt.
Surgical.
Nice, I like that.
What?
The kicker should be more surgical.
Yeah, the kicker's more surgical, more a little mental fragile. It's kind of the way.
The punter a little more of an athlete than the other.
Atlas. Yeah, he'll be on the Titan games too.
Hey, get on the same page.
He'll be on the
Has
Titan
anyone?
games.
Has Rock's games come out yet?
Yeah.
Has
Yeah,
anyone
yeah.
watched those?
I watched
Stinks.
it.
Titan.
It's just not great.
It's an interesting setup. It really
It
is.
is.
It's going to crush overseas. He's going to make $1 billion off of it again because it's big, it's large. There's a lot of. I don't mind it actually. I didn't mind it. It was too easy to become a Titan though. In my eyes, it was too easy to become a Titan. You win one face-off challenge basically, then you win the mountain. You're a Titan. So it was like a bing bang. It wasn't like one Titan throughout the whole season. It was like
really?
numerous Titans.
So it's not obvious. It's not Mount Midori.
Exactly.
No.
It's not like Global Guts.
Global Guts Mountain.
Well,
No.
they need more obstacles
Aggro
too,
crank.
or like on American Gladiators, you weren't going to see the same thing like in any given week. I feel like they got like 6 events and they're just going to recycle them over and over and over and over.
Ellen DeGeneres' Game of Games.
Heard it's great.
She continues to create these new games.
There's so many of them.
I don't know how she must have, unless it's hers, because it is Ellen's game of games.
She
got a good brain.
got a staff of 20 right now.
Right. If it's only 20 people thinking of that, very impressed. Just for future reference, they have new games I watch that show, and I assume that show crushes over in
I bet you they're stealing all the games from Asia.
Yeah, they do have slippy stairs coming on this season. Yeah, the slippery stairs coming on this
They
season.
need to bring back the wall.
The ice stairs? Or
We're going to squeeze through the hole in the wall, the silhouette.
Oh, that was a good one.
Good one.
I've told the story.
Yeah, it's the best game.
I've told the story. Me being the guinea pig, basically, for my group of friends' batch of mushrooms, because they all had finals and I didn't have anything. So I ate it. It was a new batch. We didn't know. We never got it from this particular creepy man before. And I had nothing going on for a couple weeks. So I took them when my roommates weren't home. Mm-hmm. It wasn't all my roommates involved, but my roommates weren't home. And
by yourself, you took them?
By myself.
Oh boy!
Put them on I think I put them on a peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
Peanut butter and jelly. Still tasted terrible.
Only way.
Put them on a peanut butter and jelly. Ate them. And then what happened after that was one of the most entertaining evenings of my entire life. I go out into the living room and I sit down on our couch and I'm going through the clicker, with the remote. Mm-hmm. And I see Hole in the Wall, and it was a marathon. Okay, so it's Game Show Network, Hole in the Wall, Hole in the Wall, Hole in the Wall, Hole in the Wall, Hole in the Wall. I had never seen this show. I was intrigued by it. And literally it was like as I hit the OK select button on Hole in the Wall, like the first episode started, the mushrooms started. It was like just this beautiful syncrasy of it and me. And I sat there for 4 hours and I was crying. They came back 3.5 hours into it. And I am belly laughing in the living room because they had this big old lady, big lady, in this bright silver costume. And the hole in the wall was this tiny little thin sliver. This lady had zero chance of winning. And the host is like hoping that she would do it. And she turns and does like the get thin thing, like lifts her shoulders. And the wall just breaks around her. And if you've never seen Hole in the Wall, a hole would literally come on a wall towards you and you would have to, you would have to match it. And she had no shot. She knew it. She tried. The producers that set up that wall are assholes, and I'm just crying, laughing. And
she broke the wall.
Yeah, and my roommates come walking in, and they're like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Good batch, good batch." Been watching Hole in the Wall for 3.5 hours, and they sat down next to me for the last episode that I watched there. And they weren't enjoying it as much as I was, but I think it would do well on that. It disappeared. The game disappeared. The show disappeared. Just like Minute to Win It, gone. These ones, I fall in love with them and then they're gone. But that was an incredible evening. I'll never forget my first night with Hole in the Wall, man. I didn't leave. I didn't even leave the house. Like normally that's like a adventure thing, whenever you do the mushrooms. I didn't even leave I was crying, laughing for 3.5 hours. My abs were sore the next day. And I was like, people who don't think mushrooms are a PED, like I think I'm getting fucking ripped up. I'm getting ripped up. I feel like goddamn Mario hitting that mushroom. I feel like I'm a monster. Yeah, I love that Hole in the Wall. Ellen Game of Games does well. That Titan Games will do huge overseas, I think, because it's like big, it's dramatic, there's strength, there's some emotional moments. He doesn't host it though. He just stands there with like a couple comments here and there.
Really?
They got that Liam guy who's on Sunday Night Football.
McHugh.
And another guy. I don't know the other guy.
The other guy goes apeshit during it.
I like his
good.
energy.
He's good.
But he came out of nowhere. That guy, I've never heard of that guy.
Yeah, I don't know what his name is either.
So my issue with this is I've had to fly across the country 45 times shaking hands for people to get one little job because nobody knows who I am. This guy I've never heard of gets the Titan Games.
It's got to be one of Rock's boys.
Yeah.
I don't think so. This guy does not look like he's one of the Rock's boys. He looks like he looks like a tinier an image of Zito, basically.
Really?
Yeah, but he's got energy. He's good.
He is good.
He's good. But in my head, I'm like, I've never heard of this guy. How is this guy? I got to fly 4,000 miles to potentially maybe get on a television. This guy gets thrusted into the Rock's Titan Games.
Good question.
Out of nowhere.
That's a good question.
Out of nowhere. It's going to do well, though.
Alex Mendez.
He's good.
What's he done, Zeke?
He's a golden boy. That's like his nickname. It said on there.
So he's a
Oh, he's
boxer?
a boxer.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a boxer?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it says.
And he talks that well and has that.
Alex Golden Boy Mendez.
Really?
That's fucking crazy.
He was good. I'm telling you, he's good on there. But from a personal standpoint, when I was watching, I was just like, how the fuck's this guy get this job? Never heard of him ever. Bang. Titan Games. Going to be overseas, probably worldwide with The Rock in no time. I'm like, I've had to fucking just stroke everybody to get a shot.
No shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Is that the guy?
Yeah.
So he's like a video game announcer.
Yeah.
He's not a boxer. He's not a boxer. Yeah.
No, he has nothing
But
to
his
do with
his
De La
nickname is
Hoya.
Golden Boy. His nickname is Golden Boy.
He's fucking good, though.
He's not my golden boy.
Yeah, Golden Boy is an actual boxer.
Oscar, yeah,
Yeah, and Dana White hates him, by the way. Dana White hates that guy.
That Get Up episode I saw.
That guy's full of shit. Dana White, by the way, gives no fucks anymore. In his press
Nor should he.
conference,
No.
in his press conferences, he'll say "fuck you." ESPN will be live on there, and he's like I give a fuck. I'm like, yo, Dana White's just letting her eat up.
I mean, he got paid.
He's become.
He got paid.
He did get paid, and then what? They forced him to keep working. Is that what it is? He said he loves it. That's why he continues.
Yeah, that's why he wanted to stay on and also get paid. That's what he does.
Conor McGregor, I guess, has reached out to the pub.
Yes, which is the wildest thing in the world.
He has a pub shirt going his way right now.
In my eyes, feels like this is a potential catfish situation where somebody's getting some free merch from Zito by saying that they're potentially linked to the champ in Dublin, Ireland.
We did a background
But
check.
it was an exchange, right? There was an exchange of goods.
Yes.
You guys got some proper 12.
Oh, so Conor McGregor had to have sent it if it's proper 12 coming from.
Well, I'm
no way.
saying proper 12 costs
Unless he
more
bought
than the
a-
merch does.
No way you could go to a
they're losing
store
out.
and get a bottle of it and then ship it. Right?
How much is a bottle of proper 12?
$24.99.
So
Right.
Yeah.
Hey,
It had to be McGregor.
Nobody's going to do that.
You guys might be right, but we're not taking any chances at the pub. If Conor McGregor might want a pub shirt, we're sending that fucking
Also,
shirt.
I think they might be actually, if it is a catfish situation, they're making out because I believe we sent Connor a sleeveless hoodie for him to train in.
Yeah.
And I believe those are more than $24.99.
yeah, and there's not a lot of them, by the way. They're back on the site. Actually, they're probably gone. These sleeveless hoodies are hilarious.
They go fast.
They do.
Yeah.
Well, and also they're not easy to find. So whenever we find a supply of them, there's normally not a lot of. Because I have to have a couple of them. Obviously, this is my everyday. It's an everyday clothes. It is actually every day. It's my uniform. It's my uniform. But they go out quick because they're hard to find. That sleeveless hoodies, good sleeveless hoodies are hard to find.
I do love the new ones.
Thank you. The Cuzzy one
I love that.
I mean, the Cuzzy brand is
is a good one.
the bomber jacket is literally my favorite jacket I own too.
The America jacket.
And they have those still.
You do wear that every day.
Yep, it's
You
a
look
great
good in
one.
it too.
I love it.
Well, like he is the model there from all the magazines.
Yeah. Totally.
Slender.
I'll take it.
Svelte.
slender frame, yeah.
I will take it.
Yeah.
Do you know that this asshole's trying to gain weight during this contest?
Yeah.
Foxy?
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's put them pounds
He
up.
had the
kid.
nerve to say that to me.
Well, over winter break, you get in you're not your normal groove. So I lost weight, and I'm like, is something wrong with? I was legitimately scared.
I
I
hate
thought something was wrong with
Oh,
me.
you thought maybe potentially Ebola.
something.
Yeah.
Because
It's
the
back, by the
pub's
way.
not the cleanest. Well, let's be honest, the pub's not the cleanest.
No, they very easily could have had a disease in the pub.
Yeah, you could have
right
picked something
now
up.
or in the past.
You got a bunch of stray cats running around.
And those
Yeah.
cats now have the
Just
bubonic
two.
plague.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
The cats now have the bubonic plague.
Ooh, that's not good.
That's over there in Wyoming, though.
The bubonic plague's dead.
No.
It's back.
4 cats have got it in Wyoming.
Pubcat got his shots.
It's only
We're
a
not
matter
worried.
of time before those cats.
There is zero chance that Pubcat has shots. He lives in a pot
I
in
have,
front
I
of
have, I have seen the injections.
What?
I have seen the injections.
What do you mean you've seen the injections?
The marks that.
Oh, horseshit. There's fur.
Those are fucking scurvy scars.
The ears clipped too. We're good.
Scurvy.
Plus, once McGregor sponsors the pub, then we can pay for all of Pubcat's medical bills.
Have the neighbors given you guys Pubcat full time?
No, we've kind of given them.
Yeah, they've
Pubcat full
kinda-
time.
Well, this bubonic plague probably a good idea because
Yeah.
Pubcat is definitely a street cat, hood cat, and potentially would never know if he had a bubonic plague or not. And I think he'd be able to survive.
He cleans himself all the time.
Yeah, and plus, I feel like
liquor.
we could see it in his eyes if he really had the bubonic plague.
4 cats in Wyoming have the bubonic plague.
Health officials have.
So how do you get the
confirmed.
bubonic plague? Like poop? Like
From rats normally.
Are they brothers and sisters? The 4 cats? Are
I
they
don't
related?
know. I don't know.
So if these 4 cats have it, that means there's some rats somewhere that have it again.
Henry
That's how it
Hill's
started
over
the first
there.
Time. These cats ate the fucking rats.
Street rats. Street
They got
cats.
the bubonic plague. Next thing you know, humans start getting it again.
Well, luckily there's no humans in Wyoming, so we should be.
the bubonic plague was the big one.
Yeah.
yeah.
That was the one that got everybody.
King Henry. King Henry started that.
And we have a cure for it, right? They made a cure
They had to have.
because that's why they stored the bubonic plague so they could create a cure.
I thought you guys were saying bubonic plague.
We were.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were saying.
No, B-O-B.
No,
That's
no,
what you were saying.
B-U.
B-U-B. I got it.
Yeah, by the way, every single history class in the history of America, has taught people about the bubonic plague. So
I
the
think I was
fact
sick
that
that day.
you had the bubonic plague. It was a huge part of our history, right?
Tale Two Cities. That's what it's about, right?
It killed like I'm gonna.
It's in that, yeah.
I'm gonna throw out a real digs fact here. 25% of the population
In the world or just America?
The world.
Yeah.
The Black Plague.
Give me a year.
Yep, that's the one I'm thinking.
Yeah,
of.
you're thinking of the Black Plague. That took out like a third of the.
What
earth.
year are we talking? 1400s, 1900s?
What, the bubonic plague?
The bubonic plague is the Black Death. It's the same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What year?
This was like the
17?
14th century, I think.
Yeah,
Just-
before America.
3800
The
BC.
Dark Ages.
BP. Don't know what that is.
Just death everywhere, huh?
The late Bronze
Death.
Age.
Are you sure? The black is estimated to kill 30 to 60% of Europe's total population.
Good Lord.
In total, the plague may have reduced the world population from an estimated 450 million down to 350 million.
100 million people.
14th century.
Wow, somebody better
Yeah,
plug
I
them
was looking at
cats.
the first.
Europe was basically the world then.
What
too.
has bubonic plague been doing for since the 14th fucking century?
Hanging out.
Vacation.
Waiting, just waiting.
How do we
Wyoming.
get? How does this show up here?
Just
in the
lying in
21st?
Lying in
just
the
lying in the
weeds.
weeds.
Yeah, where did the rat find the bubonic? Where did it find the plague?
That's
to
what,
give
is
to
this
the
the
cats?
government? Because
Well,
the government had to hold up bubonic plague.
Boom! You just
Chemical
nailed
warfare.
This is just like
it. It got
Rampage.
out from some labs.
This
some
is
government
Rampage.
labs. Yep.
This is Rampage.
It's what
Speaking
always
of,
happens.
Speaking of the Titan games, this is what happened.
There's going to be a big gorilla running around everywhere now.
Well, I think with bubonic plague, there's a chance that a little rat could be a big gorilla. 100 million people died. Shit. Rome wasn't built in a day. That was back when they didn't have technology. They probably could do it now with the technology we have. But they didn't have a lot of medicine back in the 1400s.
No.
Yeah, we kind of stopped just laying dead bodies in the street and shitting in the
How many
street.
times
so that
the
helps.
builders always say, like, oh, I hate that saying?
I think all the time.
Oh, I mean, like back in the day, in the Roman days.
They probably loved it because it wasn't
'Cause that was their
expected to be done in a
excuse.
day.
Yeah.
Oh, so it came from them.
Yeah, like think
Say-
about what was told to us here when we were building this place. I might have got the Rome wasn't built in a day speech 30 to 40 times.
Yeah, they just started saying Harlan wasn't built in a day.
yeah, Rome wasn't built in a day, man. You know, it takes time, low patience.
There's an old Monty Python movie called History of the World, and it's different eras of the world's history. And then the one where we had the bubonic plague, the guy would just walk to the middle of the village. He was ringing a bell. He's like, "Bring out your dead!" And people would just bring out bodies, and they would pick him up, put him in a wagon.
Oh yeah, no, that was Holy Grail, and they brought out the one guy.
Oh,
and
was it?
He goes, "I'm not dead yet," and they clubbed him in the head.
By the way, the world's up to 7.7 billion people.
What do you think's the max here? Like, you think the fire marshal comes to Earth, says, "Yo, what do you think the max is?" There's a lot of green,
Probably 8.59.
because every time you fly to New York City, that's what the future has always been explained as. Basically, this is what the future is going to be. It's going to be everybody stacked on top of each other because we all fuck like rabbits, and there's so many kids coming, and the population and the use and all that stuff. They always say the future is going to look like New York City, but then as soon as you fly anywhere, there's a lot of land out there.
Well,
There's a
here's
lot
the
of
biggest
land.
danger of overpopulation is, you know how when you fly on an airplane, you have to report your weight because the plane can only support so much weight before it, to keep flight. That's what happens. We get too many fucking people on the planet's going to just drop and fall farther from the sun.
Is that
We're gonna
why
freeze to death.
water is the water levels are rising?
Yeah.
That never gets
We're
talked about.
pushing the
land
earth
is
down,
sinking down,
and it's
so the
causing the
water's
oceans
coming
to come up.
Genius.
So what do? Anytime,
And it's our body heat that's melting.
I don't think
the polar
anyone
ice
said
cap.
that before, and that's genius.
so you whenever you put dirt into a pot, you pat it down.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's on.
And it goes down.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever you put grass out there, you can push it down and it goes down. Whenever you step in mud, it goes down. When you step on loose dirt, it goes down. I would say that 7.7 billion people could potentially be pushing down Earth.
Absolutely.
Water rising.
Like,
Well,
Yeah,
these are the things scientists aren't telling us, and we know for ourselves.
Genius.
We proved this scientific theory ourselves at the Colts playoffs party, where there was too many people in one small room, and you know how hot it was.
Hot.
Our body heat is starting to melt the polar ice cap,
Warming.
and it's causing global warming.
So not only
It's
are
too
we
much body heat.
we're pushing it down, now we're heating up what's coming up.
There's a big flaw in here. The world is round, so there's people below, and they're pushing us up.
No, we're just we're getting smaller.
We're making. We're gonna.
Because gravity pulls everybody to the middle.
Before you know it, we're gonna be football shaped.
Does this guy know anything about
No, he
anything?
doesn't.
What we're saying is it's
a
like
science.
this now. It's going to go like this. You
Yeah.
see? It's going
End
to
up like a disc.
yeah, it's going to get flatter.
Then the flat Earth people are going to be right.
Oh,
In
no.
one particular way, it'll still be this
Yeah,
way though.
yeah.
That's what we're saying.
We need a plague. We do.
Yeah, of course.
We got
do.
it, right?
Couple of
Too
them,
many people.
well, I
Yeah,
think
we might need two plagues.
at least. Probably one plague per country.
I mean these floods are getting out of control. Maybe people.
Should we think of a cool name for a plague? For us?
I think we should be building the ramps that somehow are off of ground, so we stop pushing ground down. You know what I mean? Like, because like
if everyone had hover shoes,
that's what I'm talking
Good
about.
point.
Hoverboards.
Plague McAfee.
we need more hover.
No, I don't want to be associated with
We
Plague.
just need more.
Pays well, though. I mean, yeah.
We just need more hover.
Mr. Bubonic's family is taken care of well.
Or if everyone on a diet, everyone needs to go on a diet.
I don't know if it's fixable. Everybody's worried about the cows farting and stuff and ozone,
Well,
which
yeah,
is true. We talk about Elon Musk always puncturing holes in the ozone, which isn't talked about enough. That
No.
could potentially be why everything's
There's leaks everywhere.
He's
We
been
got
tweeting
leaks.
about aliens a lot lately.
Yeah, I saw that Neil A thing he
Because
did.
we talked about it, he realized, hey, it's out. Might
Yeah.
as well fucking own it.
just like Groening. By the way, have you
Yeah.
heard anything from him since that video has been released?
Nope. Real quiet. Nope.
Nothing.
We're on to him.
How about Elon Musk? What does he starts tweeting out? Neil A, first guy to land on the moon. Alien backwards. Get out of here, Elon. We're not calling you Nollies. You're a fucking alien.
I got a name for it. The Melodorus Plague.
Why is that?
It just means bad smell.
Yeah, it's also pronounced malodorous.
Mine's different though.
Not the melodorous.
Here's a
Mine
different,
sounds cooler.
it's got a different plague.
Jesus Christ.
Yours sounds cool.
Gee.
What if you just take the English language and start making the word sound cooler in Zito's eyes? Just the entire. There you go. There's one word. You're good.
Slippy.
Slippery. You're good. You can't just take the Yinzer language.
That's literally what you just did.
That's
for the
what you're
first
doing
show.
right there. You're just taking the Yinzer language.
Yeah, I'm all out of.
Malodorous.
How come that's never talked about?
I don't. It's because they don't want worldwide panic.
Correct.
That's why.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? People will start thinking, oh well, I'll
Markets
just start
will
doing
crash.
whatever I want.
Anarchy.
There'll be chaos. People will be loitering, looting. Not loitering. Yeah, there'll be loitering.
Yeah,
there'll be a lot of
probably
standing around. There'll be a lot of standing
standing
around.
around,
I know.
man.
I'm not going to do anything. I'm just stand here. You can't make me do anything.
By the way, maybe we should have no walk zones. You know?
Oh.
Okay, don't walk on this piece of land for when this goes underwater. We can come here.
Call them Earth zones.
Oh, pretty smart.
That is smart.
Earth
That's how
zones.
plateaus probably formed.
Because they weren't walking there. The buffalo would never go on the plateau.
Actually,
Right.
the Grand Canyon used to just be a giant walking path.
That's what it was. It was a trail. Prove us wrong.
And then we walked down and it went down to water.
Prove
We
us
found
wrong.
Water.
Prove us wrong.
That's all we're saying.
That's what you
Prove
come
it.
to this show for.
I would
Prove
like
it.
you to find some
Huge.
scientists to prove us wrong.
Huge mystery.
Impossible.
Somebody do it.
They can't argue with
Two huge mysteries
With
on this
the
show
evidence
today.
we're given.
Jeez,
Not even
Pete.
Bill Nye.
What's the first one?
Mason Ramsey, how he got to do what he did. That's my biggest mystery.
That might be upcoming. We don't know where this is going to go in the
You know
show.
what I mean?
Yeah, you're not. We
And then there's Grand Canyon one.
don't know if the Mason Ramsey information has been debuted on this show yet.
Yeah.
Nice, Gorman.
We're not sure about the order.
Nice one, Gorman. Let me leave. I will. I'll leave. Right
Speaking of, you will want to hear this Mason Ramsey conversation coming up in the middle of this upcoming conversation.
What we really did there, I've never been more proud maybe in this office.
What a Band-Aid you just put on.
Yeah, we did it. We tied it together, by the way. We realized that Gorman potentially fucked up something we recorded before. Gorman has become the guy in the office that loves to have the conversations that should be on the microphone, off the microphone. A lot of people have told him to stop talking.
Yeah, well, I can't hide my emotion. When the emotion's there, I'm not going to bottle it and then crack it back
That's
open
how it
again.
works.
Be a professional, Gorms.
You're a
Shut
goddamn
up.
plague. So we need a plague. You're the plague.
You know what's great about these conversations?
Come here, throw everything
we
in
get
the
into these
disarray.
ones where we're proving science wrong, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You notice who gets real quiet?
Oh. Nick?
Yeah.
I'm taking it all in. I'm trying to open my point
He
of view
gets
here.
real quiet. Ever since he
yeah.
lost the space ocean debate, he's getting real quiet.
I forgot about the space. I
think I
can't
lost
believe that is
any
still
debate.
even a thought anywhere.
Yeah, he lost.
Have you heard this one, Gorman?
I'm going to shut up
Okay.
for the rest of the show, though.
A lot of people would be thankful.
I don't want to ruin it.
So the scholarly humans on Earth have been brainwashed by these other scholarly people on Earth that we know more. This is the way they say it. We know more about space than we do the ocean.
Okay?
I couldn't fathom something being more bullshit than anything in the history of being said ever. Because space, they have no idea when it ends.
My
We have
argument
no
is always
clue.
there might be oceans in space, That we
Do we
don't
know anything about those oceans? No. You have no
Your
idea.
argument is always you flip flopped like a motherfucker when this came out.
That's
You
not
were the
true.
biggest proponent of this, and then
That's
Pat
not
said
true.
one thing, and then you flip flopped like a motherfucker.
Hey, by the way,
true. It's
sometimes all you need is just one little awakening, and it can happen to you too, Nick. You've been on the wrong side of this the entire time.
I've been listening. I've been listening to your points.
I mean,
Okay,
you've
we came to a gentleman's agreement at one point. That seems to have gone out the window.
Though the agreement was this, that although there might be more facts if you were to stack them up about space and about ocean, which I don't even know if that's true, by the way.
don't think so.
But I gave that up just for the sake of negotiation, because whenever you say we know more about space,
it's bigger.
you're implying that you know more about what space is than you know about what the ocean is. It's
Right.
like, I've been in the motherfucking ocean. There's a place called Ocean Prime right down here where I'm eating its fucking gifts. I ain't never been to a goddamn Space Prime. Ain't nobody go to space. And space could never end, by the way. Space could be going
Doesn't have a ceiling,
It's
right?
forever.
infinite. It's infinite.
The ocean's got a bottom, though. We know
Correct.
that.
Well, Yes, we
but
know.
it's finite.
What if there's a
So
black?
allegedly.
What if there's a black hole in space that takes you to the bottom of the ocean, Gorms?
No, there's a black hole in space. It takes you to more space.
and more oceans
It never ends.
that we don't. I've
Ocean
never even set
floating in
foot in.
space.
There's oceans out there that we've never put a toe in.
Nobody has.
Nobody.
Not even Zito.
Yep.
Zito's put his toe into it.
No idea how hot the water is
No clue.
or cold.
Where would you rather go? Top of space or bottom of the ocean? Just as
You can't reach
no
the top
top.
of space
You can't. There is no top.
How do you know?
because it's infinite.
Exactly.
Different question though. I don't
Good
want to go to
job,
the bottom of the
Norman.
ocean. It's scary down there.
It is scary, but there is life down
Cold.
Yeah, but I have a hole in my eardrum, so I don't want to go to either.
there. Don't die.
All kinds
think
of
it
life
would be
that we're
cool
finding
to-
out about every day.
I think it
finding
would
new
be-
stuff every day.
In the ocean?
Ocean
In
floor.
the ocean,
Yeah.
finding
Same with
new
space.
stuff
That's
every
true.
single
Every
day.
single day.
Same with space.
That's true.
No,
but
we're not.
it's always like,
Dude,
that
you're on our
jellyfish is this color when you get to this certain level.
No. You're simplifying.
Anyways, we know more about the goddamn ocean than we do space, because we don't even know where space ends. We know where the ocean ends. I mean, that argument's dumb.
It's not mapped.
We have pictures.
It
of
is, though.
everywhere.
They got the darkest of blue at the bottom
Nope.
to show how deep it is. Yeah, look.
That's an estimate.
Light blue, dark blue.
That's not official.
I've seen a dark documentary.
Listen, we know where the core is. We know where the bottom of the ocean is. Okay.
Yeah, we've been trying to get closer to
don't.
it with the more humans we've been pushing down the ground.
Only James Cameron. He's the only one trying. Everyone else gave up. No one cares.
He's
that
in
he's doing
space,
that,
by
though.
the way. James Cameron's in fucking Pandora making another Avatar. Can't wait for
Argue that.
What if that's true, by the way? What if Avatar Pandora a real thing?
Based on a true story.
Yeah, what if that's we don't know. We don't know because we know more about the ocean than we do space.
I'll tell you what. That movie better be good. People have been waiting a long time for it.
It will be. What do you
James
think?
Cameron
Better be
made
good.
It's a lot.
James Cameron made an ocean movie and he made a space movie, and his space movie was fiction. The ocean movie, based on a true
Most
story.
solid argument I've ever heard.
How about
Wow.
that?
Solid argument.
And the state rests.
No liberties in that ocean movie, huh?
No.
No, you kidding?
They show the bottom of the ocean in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
actually,
pitch
they were right
black.
there
They
Here,
literally show the
look, here's a
Titanic.
picture of the bottom of the fucking ocean.
Yeah, can't see it exactly.
You want to see what the top of the ceiling of the space world is? Same thing. Tap it.
We don't know.
How do you? What do you mean we don't know?
It could be.
We don't know.
We got telescopes.
There's stars up there too. It's not just pitch black.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
You
Those
don't know.
stars, those are suns,
you
buddy.
guys are just answering.
We call them stars here.
We know where planets are. We
The
know
sun
where,
is a star.
We know where stars are, right? We know where
Stars.
stars
The moon.
are. We look up there. We see the
stars.
North Star. We
One
see
of them.
this. We see planets. I don't think the same can be said about ocean.
Oh, you ain't never seen a fucking
switch it?
dolphin?
Hold
You ain't
on
never
a
seen
minute.
a whale jump out of the fucking water?
Sure, I have.
What
but
are you
there's-
talking about?
Dude, there's volcanoes every day in as much water as we got out in the world that we don't even, and earthquakes that we don't even know about.
We do know about.
You don't
them.
think there's
What, you
earthquakes
just said it.
and volcanoes on planets we don't know about?
What are you talking
Why
about?
don't you go fuck yourself?
You have no idea. There's aliens living. Elon Musk's tribe is from the inside of Mars, and we don't even fucking know that yet because we're always like, oh, on the outside.
I'm
we don't
not,
even know.
first of all, I don't want to fight anyone here, all right?
Too
I'm
late.
just having a
No, no,
conversation.
you
I'm
are.
having a
You
no,
are.
I'm not. I'm having a conversation. I'll just say this. I'm not siding with Nick on this thing, but I'm going to say this. It's not
Nick's
that,
not even siding.
I
with
know,
that.
but I'm going to say the unknown in space and the unknown in oceans is pretty stinking close.
Well, tell me this though: if you drop the weight in the middle of the water,
No
it's gonna hit
way.
the bottom.
No.
right?
Pat,
Yeah.
there's places, ocean
a
depth
shark eats
that
it.
nothing can get to. Not even a mechanical thing. It blows up. It's so deep down there. Nothing can get to the bottom of the ocean.
What's bigger?
I've tried to explain this to him before. He doesn't believe it.
There's an end there, though.
There isn't. We don't know that. It literally,
we don't know
it goes
if
400,
there's an end to the ocean.
over 400 miles. Believe they still can't go underneath. The mechanical, they cannot get down
So
there.
you're saying it's a black hole down there?
I'm saying, yeah, but it's got to end on the other side if the world is round.
That's where the
That's what I was saying. There could be a black hole in space where you go through
There
and
is
come
an
back
ending
out.
at some point, though. If you're a flat earther, if you're a round earther, by the way, flat earther,
Shut up.
round earther, though, there is a bottom because you can see the roundness of the earth. Yeah. So there is a bottom somewhere.
There is a radius to this.
There is a bottom
and a
somewhere.
diameter.
There has to be. Literally has to be. But with the space,
Don't need that for the.
there ain't no end.
It's just an empty sky, is what you're saying.
Well, we don't know.
Could be.
We don't know. 'cause
Elon Musk
we've never
came
been
from
able
there.
to
It's
reach the
infinite.
end of it.
They have to make hypotheses about it.
Yeah.
I believe one of
Stephen Dawkins.
Hawking.
You get it. He's been whole living on just guessing what's going on up there. Legend.
Just making shit up.
Just making stuff
That's all
up.
it does.
Oh, there's black holes.
By the way, dead.
Nick, for gosh sakes.
You should hear this Mason Ramsey conspiracy.
Terrible.
We just walked over to the gas station.
It's cold out
I was
there.
going to ask.
Hey, it is cold out there. He told me, he said in Nashville, 4 hours south of here, drive, no bite, not this cold.
Never felt a bite in Nashville.
It's always like 8 degrees difference.
You know what
Seems
I
like.
you know what I
Mason
realized
Dixon
in his statement though? Driving to Nashville is only 4 hours. What it took you guys 2 hours to fly on that little plane?
Something like that. Yeah, you don't remember the
Going
specific
there,
time,
we
but it
got
was-
back a little quicker.
Yeah,
'Cause,
much quicker.
Yeah, there was
Tailwind.
less resistance air-wise.
Tailwind, headwind.
Gorman then said Todd and Nick were in a small plane to Nashville, and I said, "Yeah, to meet Mason Ramsey's people." And he said, "What do you mean of that?"
What happened?
Well, what happened was we were told that there was a chance to get little kid rocket ship, Mason Ramsey, who was once Walmart yodeling.
Yodelay.
Yeah, I know, the T-shirt,
Yep.
Mason Ramsey.
Got it.
We were told that there was a chance to get him on for an interview whenever we had our live show.
Sure.
And we were excited about that. I was like, okay. Little Yoda boy was putting out some heaters there early. We're a big fan of that. We had to go kiss the ring, basically. We had to send representatives from our show to this Nashville birthday party for him to kiss the ring. And if they gave us the go-ahead, we would get him as a guest.
Okay.
We fly down there. Not we. Todd flies down there. Nick flies down there in a Honda Civic plane. They go down there. 2 hours to take to fly down there in a 4 hour drive, by the way. So that's not great.
Right.
Lands down there, goes, experiences the thing, meets everybody, kisses all the rings. Grandma wanted to fly home with Todd.
Todd charmed her pants
Come on.
right off.
What else is new?
Guess what?
What happened? What happened? Great show with the kid?
We haven't heard a fucking thing from him.
He was supposed to be in town, and then he didn't show up to his own concert.
Yeah, he
They took
canceled
him
the
off.
show.
No, he just didn't show
Yeah,
up.
chicken pox. Kids get those.
Legit. But yeah, so I'm done with him. I'm done with Mason
Yeah.
Ramsey.
Ground him. Ground his little ass. Seriously.
He has been. He's been disciplined, suspended.
Yodel
from the
that.
show. I'm worried about that kid, by the way.
What do you mean? He's gonna have a big 2019. He tweeted it.
Like Macaulay word?
I don't think he tweeted it.
Okay, everybody.
Somebody tweeted it.
He was on Ellen. He didn't look happy in those eyes. It was very early too to be at that stage. Seemed
So
like-
you're saying Macaulay worried?
I think he's getting. I think he had hell of a push here early, and I think he kind of might have lost his happiness. I hope not.
I think he's officially been pulled from school because when we talked to him, their plan was not to enroll him in school this year, and he would just have to do the celebrity kid schooling where there's a travel teacher or whatever that you get 3 or 4 hours a day with. So
Not bad. We do that for Zito.
I wonder, like, that's when I think that's the true test. You know, how is that going to affect that kid because they don't get to be a little kid anymore?
Yeah, because when we saw him, he definitely still had that little
Yes.
kid innocence and like enjoy and everything. But I haven't seen him since.
He was on Ellen just a couple weeks ago.
And he said he didn't look happy. So we're like, well, I don't get to play with my friends anymore.
I wonder because, like, educationally, you can keep up with the cyber schooling, but socially,
Right.
What about the kid? He's not
Maybe.
just a cash cow.
Maybe he's wise to Ellen's tactics because when we did talk to the grandpa, he told us when he was originally on Ellen, she tried to sign him to an exclusive contract so that he was strictly doing appearances and reporting and everything to her.
Classic Ellen.
Maybe he was wise to her game.
Grandpa was
having
like,
it.
"Oh, I wasn't going to let him sign that
Let's
piece
be
of paper.
honest, though.
If I want to go, if my kid wants to go play the bait and tackle shop, I'm going to let him go play the
See,
bait and tackle
and that's
shop."
why I'm not worried about him. He's not an LA star, young star. He's a national. He's a country young
So
star.
you
They're
think
more
maybe
down
the
to earth.
happiness was gone because he wasn't happy being there? Because his grandpa was like, remember what this lady who's very nice, put you on TV, good show, by the way, we don't want to go to, remember, she wanted you just to do an exclusive, right? Maybe he wasn't as free and carefree then.
Can I just throw this in?
Sure.
The kid is not Beyonce or Ed Sheeran. all
You
right?
are wrong.
No, he's a yodeler.
You are wrong.
Yeah, Yodel has about a 2-week.
Have you heard his new?
Have you
stuff?
heard any of his haters, bro?
I got news for you. I know how it sounds. Yeah.
No, that's not
No.
Heard it live. It was phenomenal.
He got with Florida
it was
Georgia
really
Line, started making heaters.
Come on,
I'm just
Forbes.
worried
He ain't
that as a
selling
hu-
out places is all I'm saying.
I think he is.
Little brat.
Not
Yeah,
an
for 2 weeks he's got 15 minutes
Not
of
an empty
fame.
seat in the place. Yeah, it's a lyric.
That's a lyric that he wrote to his own song.
That kid does have something magical. Like we got to watch him and two of his friends that from the Little Nashville Opry. They have like a kids part of that for like future stars or people that have a lot of promise.
Yeah.
Disney Club of Nashville.
They were on a balcony in Nashville at this house. I'm assuming the record label owns or leased for this thing, and they're just on a balcony entertaining the entire neighborhood.
Three
just
little kids.
freaking
With Todd
spitting up
McComas, Tarzan, I think, was out there. There was representatives from World Star there. Everybody from around the internet had to come fly and kiss the ring. And he put on a show.
It was cool to watch.
Lady got headbutted by a camel. Dad had to save her.
Ever heard of it?
Ever seen that, Gorms?
Ever heard of it?
Guys, you're attacking me. The kid doesn't have a career. I'm just telling you
What?
right now. It's a 15 minutes of fame deal. How many people are going out? You know what? I really want to go listen to a great night of yodeling.
People aren't doing it. Little girls, little girls and little boys love the yodel kid.
Give the little brat a timeout.
Yeah, but Gorms, you don't understand that.
It's
You
not
take
him,
one of
it's
his
the people.
songs and you also, you throw in a little techno behind it. Then
Oh.
you got our generation, and we're listening to it too. I was
Who's
like,
our generation? Yours.
me and Fox. Yeah,
Yeah.
Fox. We'll call
Fox,
it
are you and Connor in the same generation?
Yeah, and hey, I was Mason Ramsey for Halloween. Don't
You were.
forget
Yeah,
that.
he was a
Right.
Halloween costume.
about
That's
Inspiring
right.
Halloween costumes. I said, I'm just upset because you guys got stiffed by a yodeler.
Well,
I mean, it's not Beyonce.
We were as well. I mean, we put a lot into it.
Well,
I feel like we
Todd
played the
wouldn't have-
game.
Todd wouldn't have got frisky with the
Grandma.
grandma.
Did you get anywhere?
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, Grandpa
No.
wouldn't let him up.
Did you get a little?
No.
I
Can't
think
get her
Grandpa
along.
would have, by the way. He liked you too. I think
Yeah,
he would have.
Grandma and Grandpa would have came if it was
Fuck
up to
my
them.
wife.
Oh,
I
Whoa,
think
what the fuck is
Whoa.
that?
I don't know if that would have happened.
What,
But
Yodel Boy's grandpa? That's what you just. That's what.
Hey, what was the
I
accent
just
you
went to
used?
I just went to a dark place.
Yeah.
That's very not Zito. What just happened?
Ernest? Was it Ernest?
Ernest was the,
kinda
the grandfather. Ernest and Francis. You're right.
Did you
The
say
plan
I'm-
was they wanted to. They were like, when we come, we'll all go and we'll get like the best home cooking your city has to offer. And I'm like, all right, I don't know where that is, but we will find it.
Probably Country Kitchen, if I
Yep,
would guess.
yep, that's
take
what
him,
I was
Take
kinda
him in
thinking
the
in my
Country
mind.
Kitchen down here in Indiana. We had it all set up. We're going to play basketball with him. We even made a video with him. Nick made a video with Yodel Boy. Nick made a video with Yodel Boy.
Probably the highlight of your career so far, I assume.
Yeah.
Nick?
I don't know how to answer that.
Flying that plane.
This is unbelievable.
Flying the plane home.
Remember, this
I
all
flew the goddamn plane.
this all started because I was cold outside.
Yeah.
It's Gorman. Gorman is the spark plug to all the bad shit that's happening around
Wow.
To you or to everybody?
here. Everybody. He comes in here, he stirs up drama, he creates controversy.
Explain that.
Hey, I have that.
Ever
It's
since you've been here, everything's been going south.
going to be taken care of.
People are infighting, people are at each other's throats.
Oh,
It's
well,
you. You're at the center of it all.
Hold on, though. I do believe that Gorman came at a time, though, where potential hanger and other things could be coming into play. But I won't lie. This old guy has definitely come in here and shaken things up a little bit, rattled the house a little
Should we
bit.
tell him? Should we tell him? Yeah, fuck it. Let's tell him.
Okay, yeah. Well,
I got-
I don't know what this
I
is,
got-
by the way. Just for future reference, I do not want to get. Remember, we signed him to a contract. He didn't show up for 27 days after that. So the let's and we thing, I don't know what this is. I can't take.
I got hired to make you better here. okay? Because you're a miserable, resentful fuck, okay? All right? And people don't like you. They started to really not like you. And they're like, Gorman, take this guy under your wing or let him take you under his wing, thinking the way it is. Just make Nick's life and performance better. Pat, I think I've done a pretty good job last month.
Well, I think there are a lot of people that would just say that Nick was talented before.
Nick's army hates me, by the way. Anybody that's behind Nick.
Does Nick have an army?
Oh, they hate me. Anybody. I mean, anybody who's like following Nick.
He was a public figure. Before you got here, he was a public
I was doing quite well.
He was a public
Got on
figure.
ESPN.
Yeah,
Had
he
things
did.
going my way. Then I broke. Gorman shows up, break my collarbone, got pink eye.
Oh, yeah, and then he got sick.
Yeah.
It was
Inside
after
job?
he signed, but not. He didn't show up during that time. It
Yeah.
was whenever he was in his.
Just his mere presence.
Wow.
You're going to get better, though.
And maybe my performance has been slacking, but you know who hasn't been hating on my performance lately?
Say it.
I don't care.
Old Double D, Dolores Del Vecchio. She's quite pleased with the
I'm
performance.
trying to help him. I swear, I'm trying to help the guy.
Quite pleased.
Really am.
Italian sausage, big thing.
Woman's a saint, boys. Woman's a saint.
I agree. I'm a big fan of that lady. I've been proud of this office,
Me
though.
too.
Jesus.
A lot has been going on. This weight loss situation has become magical. It really has become magical.
It's not even close to done.
Well, I just want to let you guys know that for the people that are in the contest, this from viewing it, you guys are living a terrible life.
Oh, yeah.
It's awful.
It's so much fun.
Terrible.
It's devastating watching you guys be so miserable on a daily
Hate
basis.
to be Diggs right now. Just hate it.
Would hate
I don't
it.
mind it.
You're going to fucking start again?
No, I'm just saying what
That's
you're
what I'm
going
talking
through
about.
on this. I saw when I was here earlier. I saw how you bucketed food every other hour. So now it's nothing.
Well,
There
there
you
you
got something
for
coming
it.
for you. my
He
friend.
showed up at plumping season too, right? So he has literally seen you guys at your polar opposites when it comes to food digestion.
You raised such a good point in the PMI Live Lounge interview. At the end there, when you were giving closing remarks, it was that we went straight into this from a week, 3 weeks for me of eating as much as I can of everything. I was like, this is everything I've always wanted to eat, and I just would eat twice as
Popsicles.
much as normal. And then boom, it's just stop and only eat this stuff and only eat this much of it. We made things in one aspect way harder on ourselves. Mentally. Physically, we did the right
It's
thing.
made you lose a lot of
Yes,
weight.
yes.
You almost died, but it's made everybody lose a lot of weight early. The MyBookie people were actually saying the sandbagging of the plumping season, which, by the way, we're here to win, right? We're here to win. If there's a little gamesmanship, there's a little gamesmanship. But now we're at the point where mentally you have to get over that hurdle because we're early in this thing. We are early in this
20 days left.
It's a good though.
A lot of time.
nightmare.
I'm glad I'm glad we're doing it because we still are just at the beginning phase of this thing of Pat McAfee Inc. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We're going to experience some struggles along the way trying to get to where we're going, and this is a good little but remember when I went through the weight loss challenge? And I was fucking
so you're gonna lean on this?
Yeah.
This is an experience.
This is something you
You
can
think
look
this is a
back on.
character builder?
Big turning
Yes.
point.
Yes.
You're going to fall back on this moment when times are tough.
You
and
only
say,
get stronger.
Remember when I was hungry all the time?
Yeah, when you need to grab a little bit of grit, you'd be like, "Oh, I remember how to do that. I remember when I did it before."
Whenever we're setting up a show
Yeah.
in some part of the world, and the stage has to be set within 20 minutes, doors open.
Yeah.
You'd be like, you know what? There was that one time whenever 4 people in his office were starving themselves to death for $9,999.99 for tax purposes. And we'll all lean on that.
Team was getting a little too fat and happy.
Yeah, really, we were.
I'll tell you what.
We very much were.
It's become a very incredible thing because you all, and I said this on the PMI Live Lounge, you guys all are visually, optically thinner.
Thank you.
All of you.
No question.
Which is also good for the small business.
Yeah.
Always also good for our business. Everybody can't be round. You know, we can
Yeah,
have
yeah.
a couple round ones. Every once in a while, we'll exchange those roles. But it does feel as if you guys have all visually gotten skinnier, and I think maybe that should be an upper in your because it's a lot of misery. I think it feels like but I think you guys should see we're getting a lot done too. You know what I mean? You guys are getting a lot done. I'm proud of you guys.
It is nice. I haven't hit it yet. I don't know if you guys have hit it yet. There is a point in the contest where you do look in the mirror and you're like, oh, fuck. That's a real difference. You're starting to look good. It hasn't hit me yet, and that is a motivating factor. When it gets there, then you'll feel better.
I saw it in
You'll
the
feel much
picture we
better.
took with Jace. when I looked at that picture you sent, I was like, oh, holy shit. I look significantly different than I did a week and a half
For those that are wondering, Jace was a guy from Ohio who won the GROAT, one of the winners of the GROAT, the greatest raffle of all time. He chose to job shadow Nick Moraldo. He did that yesterday. Well, 2 days ago now when this comes out. Just learned under Nick Moraldo's incredible umbrella of knowledge for an entire work day. Was very nice. And then I got sent his mugshot immediately after. There's no background check.
Yeah, we didn't vet very carefully.
He won.
And he bet the Pens last night, too.
Depends what?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I like that a lot. Let's go. Goal, by the way. Face off. It's been fun times over here, man. It's been very fun times.
Only going to get better.
I agree.
Let's not forget about Tim either. I know he's not in the room.
Oh, yeah.
He's fucking locked in, though. Out of all of you guys, even Zito included, who's
Scary.
my guy, Tim is fucking locked in.
He's listening to seminars up there on how to run the foundation.
It's unbelievable.
And he just disappears for 5 hours in a seminar with his headphones on. And then he gets out and he's like, oh, I guess I should eat. He said he didn't even want to eat.
That's what he
yesterday.
said.
He said he didn't even want to eat yesterday.
Did you hear yesterday when Matreon was telling us all the tips? He was like, "Oh, he told you guys our plan. He told us like his plan from the get go."
So there's this thing called MCT oil or MTC oil. MCT oil. I just started taking it 2 days ago. It's just been making me just shit my pants, basically. So I've been doing the old.
What is it?
The owner of.
It's like a
the
mixture
Texans.
between coconut oil and another oil. It's supposed to be the healthiest of all the oils.
So it basically is supposed to double your keto rate, your ketosis. It's supposed to double that, and it's supposed to do all these things.
Make you feel better?
But you drink it, but it is very oily when you put it in. Like you put it in your water.
Yeah, it's
you
like
shake
an olive
it in.
oil. It's like
If you drink it out of a cup, it's going to go on your lips. It's going to look like you got a little
Thick, huh? It's thick.
Yeah, you got really good.
Have you noticed the difference?
Well, yeah, I've just been shitting my pants. I've just been in next level running through me. It comes in, it goes out. So I'm excited to see what it's been doing for me.
Good.
But have you guys been doing anything extraordinary? Any other supplements going in the bodies?
I haven't introduced anything like artificial
I'm taking
into my body yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm taking this greens drink. I don't know. It's supposed to replace vegetables or something like that.
V8?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I take it. It's my shit is fucking bright green now every single
Is
time.
V8 healthy for you?
I don't think
I
so. I
think
think
so.
it has a lot of sugars.
Too sodium, too much salt.
Salt and sugars, yeah.
Way too much salt.
So is it good or not good?
Like I used to at one point V8 Splash is absolutely delicious. I used to mix vodka with it. Wake up with the worst hangovers because it's very sugary.
Really? I didn't know that. I thought V8 was supposed to be healthy. Like if you're getting healthy, you
Not
drink
V8
V8
Splash. That's for the kids.
How much more do you?
It's healthy relative to like drinking Pepsi every day.
more
I
right?
did it last challenge,
One
and
more
it
time.
would just fill you up, but I never actually lost weight off it.
How much weight do you think you'll lose in this whole thing, Zito?
52 pounds.
That was before we started. Now that we're in it, you are still at 52 pounds?
Yeah.
How come?
Half a chicken breast a day. That's it.
Yeah, but everybody's doing He did that last time. He literally starved himself last time.
I ate way more last time.
Really?
This time I'm eating a lot less. But even like last time, we were losing. We were weighing every day, right?
Yeah.
So I was losing a pound, maybe a pound and a half every day. I can't really remember.
The math works out to 32 pounds would be a pound a day. Yeah.
Here's the thing,
Well, I feel like
though.
I'm way
It's
ahead.
tough. I
When
know.
we did this last time, when you guys did it last time, you would tell us these crazy stories about how you didn't eat for 4 days at a time and all that stuff.
Yeah,
so
you
I don't
were
know if
lying
I
to
can
us.
believe a fucking word you're
you
saying
can't.
right
You
now.
obviously can't.
Because you
That's
can't.
Not with
mental
Zito.
games. That's
From
mental games.
what you said last time, there's no possible way you could eat less unless you lied the first time.
Gamesmanship.
Or you're lying now.
Like
So-
he literally started the contest on a lie, saying he would weigh in at 275 and weighed in at 260.
I lost weight for you guys.
Yeah, but he was mentally, in his head, he was going to be 275. Just like mentally, when he puts on his athletic clothes,
Yep.
he's an athlete.
I will say that all the athletic clothes was very, very dusty when I had to break them all.
They haven't fit since the last go.
Exactly.
Proud of you, Z. Proud of all of the people competing. $9,999.99 for tax purposes. And it's not something to laugh at.
No, it's a lot of motivation.
Not at all.
I'm excited for you guys.
And you know what is really cool is that people actually that listen and follow our stuff are a lot of them are losing weight at the same time.
awesome.
And that's a fucking good feeling too.
Think about the thought, okay,
I already know.
of somebody sitting at home, turning on their internets, the Twitter, for the weigh-in day. They see you weighing in initially,
Right.
and they see you almost have kidney failure. They see you very plump.
Couldn't even
very
put my arms
plump.
all the way down. Yep.
You get on the scale. 3 days later, they see you lose 14 pounds. I'm thinking there's somebody that's like,
hell yeah,
I could, if 14 pounds in 3 days, because the thought of losing weight seems to be so like enormous, like how hard it is, which it is, by the way. It's very difficult to do these things, but people can make quick changes to themselves if they really want to do it. I think you guys are a role model for that.
Never in my life, like there's been a lot of wild things that's happened since I've started this job. We golfed with John Daly at his home course.
That's pretty cool.
Slept at his house.
Pretty cool.
Wilder than that.
He drinks a gallon of chocolate milk a day.
Never in my life did I think I'd be motivating humans to lose weight. That by far is the wildest thing that's ever
How's
happened.
it make you feel?
I don't know. Pretty good, I guess.
All right. I would see it as good. Is your inspirational
Yeah, I
to
think it's
people?
good.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good, and I really want to thank them because it helps me not fucking stray.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? If I think about cheating for a second, I'm like, it's not fair to all these fuckers.
There's a lot of people betting money on you guys.
Yeah.
There is a lot of people betting money on you guys.
You know how you could.
I'm betting money on you guys. I had a favorite. Initial weigh-in happens.
Who is it?
I stay on the favorite.
Just mouth it to me.
After there's a camera.
Oh.
Wait, when did those get there?
6 months ago. We tried to upgrade them a lot. We can never do it for some reason. But then after the first weigh-in, I placed another bet. I kind of hedged a bet, right? I'm like, okay, one of these two. Now I'm starting to almost, by the end of this thing, I'm going to be betting on all four of you at some point. And I think that is really good competition. I think it's you guys are really, it's neck and neck right now. I don't know who's going to lose what. I honestly don't know. I don't know if Connor's helping Todd or not.
Oh, I mean, first of all, Todd just brought up the fact that we're saving our supplements for later in the competition. We're really
What
gonna
type of
heat
drugs
it
are you
up.
going to get on? Anything big, meth or anything like
Nothing
that?
we can talk about.
Are you guys going to be cooking meth?
I mean, I can't confirm or deny
Have you
anything.
I'll just say this: I won't rule anything out because my will to fucking win is very strong.
Well, my bookie said that Todd was going to lose 5.5 pounds. And he took that as a personal shot. And he said, I'm going to lose at least 6 because fuck them, is what he said.
Todd lost half his teeth and is picking his scabs, but damn it, does he look good.
Do you know where that Chase guy lives nowadays? Hey, Chase, I need another batch of meth, please.
I will hold your family hostage. Great story.
Hey, Pat, who do you think? And I want to go because there's so many people that are involved in the weight loss challenge. Who's the worst manager of these guys who are trying to lose weight?
It's by far, it's Ty. Because my dad even said in the interview on PMI Live Lounge, he said this is a lonely race for me. And I think Ty had no shot. No matter who my dad's manager was, had no shot. My dad has openly said this is a battle between him and either himself or his roommate, which is my mother, because she has the sweet tooth. So she brings up. But my mom losing weight as well. So it's it's now just him versus himself. But I do believe Ty and Tim might be the most separated team. With that being said, Diggs is giving credit to a guy who doesn't even work in his office for his weight loss.
Diggs doesn't care.
Didn't even say a thing about his manager, Nick.
He just ate a bucket of chicken wings in front of him.
Which Diggs has said that when he's laying in his bed, I want chicken wings at night. That's his favorite thing. And Nick just
guys, he came over and he wafted. That's how we motivate.
I wafted.
I also had Todd over there drooling over him too, and Tim. Tim could smell him from a mile away. I'm in everyone's head.
How
over
were
there.
those? They were pretty good.
They're delicious.
Yeah, they look good.
They look delicious. They're straight from Buffalo Wild Wings.
Again, Gorm's trying to stir up drama here, trying to create tension. That's what he does.
I would like to eat wings too. I am also on a diet with you guys.
You are.
I am not weighing in, but I am on a diet with you guys, and it's hard, man. Losing weight is a difficult thing, but I think watching you guys has made me be like, oh, okay. If I just do what these guys have done for a couple of days, I can lose it.
Idiots can do
Yeah, if Zito and Diggs can pull this off, I think I could pull it off. I think that's what a lot of people are thinking. But I think it's taken a lot of mental strength by you guys.
Do you think there's going to be prop bets of how fast the weight could come back?
I think there has to be on the other side. I mean, what you did was almost more miraculous than the 32 pounds. You gained 48 pounds in a month and a half. And that is one of the most impressive weight feats that has ever happened. Maybe in the history of humans existing.
At the beginning of this, I was like, I'm going to keep it off this time. 7 days in, not a fucking chance I keep it off.
Todd,
all I want to do is eat. That's all I want to do.
It is hard.
You going back big?
Or maybe I think
No.
maybe for 10 days after I'll eat, and then I'll try to go back.
This is exactly what I needed to, because every year Pat asks us what's your New Year's resolution. Mine's always to get into shape, get into shape, get into shape.
You needed this.
I needed this. This is the perfect way to begin getting in shape. For one, I was so fucking fat and unproportionately fat. It all goes to my gut. My mobility was so limited, and it goes to my shoulders and gut. That's where I get everything.
Pulled a hammy doing stand up.
Yeah.
Blew your back out putting on your pants.
Yeah.
You look disgusting.
You did.
Yeah,
I didn't even want to go into a gym. I didn't want it because I'm like, people are going to be like, oh, look at that guy trying to, what's he doing?
Yeah.
But now I feel a lot more agile. I'm a lot more flexible than I was.
Oh, you're a ninja.
Agile,
maybe I
mobile,
can
and
get back
hostile?
in there, yeah.
Zito, 261 start. What's the perfect after this thing is all said and done that you want to stay at?
Back to
Dude,
261.
he's going to go to 280. You're dealing with a different creature here with
that right?
Zito. Yeah, I mean, he put on 48 pounds after losing 32 pounds. I mean, it was a net red in the whole thing.
I think this time I'm keeping it off.
Yeah.
Just for the beach body and then
of
St.
course.
Patty's body.
Of course.
And
You know what
then I'll be back.
really sucks too? We touched on it a little bit during the live lounge, but I literally was a skinny kid in school, right? So, and I always,
weight
it gave me a
surprised me.
complex, right? So when I graduated, I was 138 pounds, but I lived in the weight room to even be that. Like I was supposed to be skinny. That's the way I was born. So the football team, I was not on the football team, but I lifted with the football team. Like at first, people were like, "Why is he in? He's not even the football team." And the football coach was like, "He'll fucking work harder than you. Why don't you work as hard as he does?"
Yeah.
And I just lived that way so I could have some muscle mass on me. You know what I mean? That's why I wrestled. That's why all that was about, because I didn't want to be the skinny little puny kid my entire life. And it took me until like 33 years old to get like man weight on me. And so I have a fear, like lifting weights was always a big deal for me. And now like I do have this thing where I don't want to look skinny again. You know, I may have to for this. If
Todd,
you
this
fucking
is
get to
a
52
deeper.
pounds.
I mean, the gamblers need to know this type of information going in, that Todd doesn't want to be tiny his entire life.
Don't.
Because I think you, in life, as a human that doesn't enjoy the feeling of being full, and that's wild, by the way. You said that the other day, and I was just like, wow, how? I think that's an advantage when it comes to the fitness thing. But you being scared to look frail is an interesting thing for like the last couple of days of this contest. I'll be excited to see what happens.
It is, because I'm like, oh, you should go in there and do some bench. You should go in there and do some curls. You should fucking go in there and do some tries.
What a meathead, by
Just
the way.
because I don't like not looking like I don't have some muscle on me.
That's
And
why
it's
I
not
s-
like I'm a bodybuilder.
That's
or
what I said
anything,
from
but-
the start. Is I thought you were going to lose weight early, but then I think you're going to slow down because you can't live with yourself looking skinny. Apparently,
We didn't know that until
tremendous
just now,
information.
yeah.
But B, I just thought you were just old and just wouldn't be able to shed it that easily.
If I have to, I will go into prisoner of war mode, and I will look like I have been in some little.
Hey, I think that's Zito.
Box
I
for
think
2
Zito
years.
will be in prisoner of war mode here for the last week.
Yep.
I think he was trying to. He was taking tips from Matreon, which was telling him to get in a 125 degree tub. Don't do this, by the way. Matreon told Zito, get in a 125 degree bathtub up into your chin for 25 minutes, and then when you get out, have people there with 15 towels and wrap you up as soon as you get out there. Then go lay in bed for 15 minutes. Then get back into the 120 new water, back into the 125 degree. He said you could rip 15 to 20 pounds off you in one day with that. It's called the what? The hot water.
A hot cut.
Hot
Water
cut.
cut.
Hot water cut.
Well, I asked him, so I was like, can you just jump in a hot tub? He was like, no, that's too cold.
He said it's like 104 or something. You need to be like 120.
And I was like, what I got to do, boil water and then throw it in there? He was like, yeah. And I was like, what?
Dude, there's no way you can get into a tub at 120, 125 degrees.
No way.
Not without teabagging it first, huh?
Well, that's me, but I'm just saying, which by the way is painful. I've done it. But I'm just saying, I mean, 125, you're at the burn unit.
Yeah. I don't think it's safe to get into 125 degree.
I don't think so
Especially
either.
not for
That's
25 minutes.
By the way, Gorman eyeballs every bathtub and teabags it. It's his thing.
That's what I do.
That's what Nick was referring to there, if you hadn't heard. He's a weird dude. I mean, we talked about it earlier in this conversation. He's just a weird guy. He's a weird guy.
I'm a weird guy.
eccentric.
I'm a weird guy.
You teabag a bathtub.
You ever soaked your nuts? All right. Until you have, don't start chirping. Okay. That's all I'm saying.
I will promise you. I will promise you that I have never hovered above a bathtub.
Oh yeah, drop them in. It's like
knee problems. I've had knee problems. There's no way I'm doing a half squat.
Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, buddy.
Well, he made it sound like it's a dip. You got to dip into it.
That takes a
Like
big
prison
bathtub.
dip.
The squat. Yeah, there's a squat. There.
There's a squat there.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Oh, you don't put your feet up?
No, you go catcher stance.
What the fuck
and then-
did you think you was doing?
You go catcher stance. What do you think? I'm a gymnast?
I thought he was doing like the pommel horse.
Thought he was doing
Goes down
the
the
dips?
iron horse.
Yeah, I thought he was doing the pommel horses dipping
You
in.
think Gorms
He was
is
doing a
so
workout
athletic that
and
he could
dip
put
his
his
nuts.
arms
No,
on
no,
the
no.
side of the tub
I'm calling,
Yeah.
with his feet in the air and
I'm
just
calling,
dip his...
I'm calling sliders and fastballs the whole time. All right, dip them in, soak them. There you go.
You got one.
Yeah, exactly.
You got one leg forward, one leg back.
Next hotel I'm at, I'll supply some video footage for you guys.
No.
What is the slider? 4, 5.
2. All right, well, 2's a
It
curveball.
depends.
Yeah.
I thought about trying to catch the catchers giving a signal in my baseball game, just because I know it's very anti-baseball etiquette. So I wanted to be like, I didn't get a chance. I was so scared. It's on me. What's today's date?
The 10th.
The 10th. Throwback Thursday. That's all I got. Hashtag Endgang, hashtag Endgame. We're obviously pumped for the playoffs this weekend. Send us your predictions on bets. And then if you get anywhere near them right, retweet to send them to us. And if you have the highest, pick 5 bets from this weekend. 5 bets from this weekend. And whoever gets the most bets right will win. We'll do $1,000 free play at MyBookie. We'll give it away.
Send us those green dots.
Oh, yeah, on the Action Network. There we go. So take a screenshot of your bets before playoff week. So today or tomorrow.
Right.
Send us a screenshot of your bets from on the Action Network that you place at MyBookie, obviously. And then if you feel like you've done well on Monday, resend them to us so we can see it. But send the original tweet. You have to get it in by tomorrow. $1,000 free play on MyBookie. We'll give a $100 gift card to the PatMcAfeeShow.com store.
Oh,
nice.
And we'll also give you whatever next video we sell or give away, whatever it is. So you get, and if we have a GROAT, automatic entrance into the next GROAT.
All right.
That's a big
What?
package.
Okay.
Can't lose.
Okay. So hashtag EndGang, ENDGANG, because you're at the end of the show, and hashtag EndGame, because that's what this is. It's a game for you to win. So in the next 48 hours, you go ahead and put 5 bets in of this upcoming playoff divisional round weekend. You screenshot them once you've entered them into your Action Network app. You tweet them at Pat McAfee Show, at Todd McComas, at Diggs with a Z, at Nick Moraldo, at Hey Gorman, at Viva Lazito, at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt, at Evan Foxy. And then you could win $1,000 to my wow. $100 to the store. Wow. Automatic enrollment in the next GROAT, which you could possibly win a job shadow of Nick Moraldo. Get your entries in. Get your entries in before the games begin. Excited and thankful for all of you. Ty Schmidt, hit the music.